Hi internet, welcome back to the stream. Happy Sunday, hope everyone's doing well. New kid, what's up? Hello, welcome back. So today is going to be the usual. I have some terrible deck building ideas. Viewer submissions should be open. Actually, let me double check that they in fact are. So we're just gonna do that for a little bit. I saw a list with encroaching shadows in it, and I immediately thought that Encroaching Shadows is a card that I actually haven't tried to play in ages. So I think I'm going to try and put together something using that card. I've tried to get it to work a couple of times before, because this is not the first time that somebody has tried to get me to cast elusives with this card. So I forget which version of the list that I was looking at from before. Obviously you have to run Shadow Isles. I think I'm gonna try it with Targon, just for elusives, and also for the fact that I can still do this silly out of the way Divine Judgment combo, so that anything that gets Divine Judgment at burst speed should remain on the board even if the ephemeral is triggered. So I think it overrides the condition. So I'm gonna attempt that. I'm going to attempt that. We'll see how it goes. I was also thinking about this region for some of the, for whatchamacallit, the, Divine Judgment on Mahira? That would be so fucking expensive and not gonna work. But I was also thinking, for the healing that Targon provides. So if there's a turn where I don't have a blocker, which I actually shouldn't really have a blocker at that point, I can just kind of go around. Zoe, Kale, Encroaching? Kale should actually trigger off of the Encroaching Shadows. So I'm gonna try that, and then we're going to see how terrible it is, but that's the idea. Buff the stuff, hold on to the stuff, and then Kale's in there to just kind of exist as a thing that has around. Leon, hello to a fellow human being as well. The vibes today for me are pretty good, actually. Looking forward to the stream, looking forward to playing some Runeterra. So I hope they are the same for you. Go Hard is a funny card. Go Hard is funny. I might include some Go Hards. I know that the flight will be a little bit weird on the top decks, but that's kind of okay. Terosh is funny, so I'm gonna sneak in one or two Teroshes because that's kind of hilarious. When you think about Ephemeral, what can die effectively? That can die pretty effectively, actually. Ceaseless Entry is fine. We don't need Celestial Blessing. Evershade Stalker is always an interesting card, but I don't know if we can actually use that super well. Lamb's Respite, to be fair, is actually a smaller Divine Judgment for a tiny unit. So let's include that as well. Actually, you're trapped in the League Circle, but yeah, overall okay. Not the League Circle. Okay, fun story for, well, so maybe somebody else, but fun story for me, kind of, is I tried playing League the other day, and I was just a normals, I was just chilling, I was trying to figure out how the fuck, what's his name works? Cho'Gath? Also, Beatsec! Hello, welcome back, how's it going? Let's see. What was I talking about? I was talking about Cho'Gath. I was trying to play Cho'Gath top, and I was chilling, and I didn't exactly know precisely how to play Cho'Gath, but I was like, I want to try this outside of bots, and that was my first mistake, because I tried to go in, and then I got yelled at for defeating versus a Mordekaiser who was like, probably, that look based on the champion level, was been playing for like 5 years. So that was horrendous, and then everyone started yelling at me because they thought I wasn't surrendering when I actually was very much desperately trying to surrender and leave the game. So that was atrocious and would not recommend. But I've also been told that's just the League experience, so I guess what can you do? Doing a hush or two? I don't really need a hush, we just need fucking removal. So let's put in some vengeances, let's put in some Divine Judgments that I was talking about before. Imagine not muting everyone at the start of the game. I am learning to do that, yes. Definitely learning that that is the way to go. I actually might take out the Gohards and the Darken Halberds. They're kind of greedy, and I don't actually think I need them. And that gives me room for Harrowing and Ruination. Because I think that's gonna be fine, actually. They can counter us, for sure. I don't want to get countered, but we're going to get countered anyway. Harrowing, Ruination. I'm missing the final N on all of these. It's fine, don't worry about it. And then there was a card that I just thought of that I should probably put in here. What was the fucking name of the card? What was the name of the card, actually? We have some draw. Oh, it was the Star Shaping. That's what I was thinking of. So that I can at least get some kind of healing back and maybe some stability. Probably not, but let's try this. We're looking at Meme. We're looking at Encroaching. Oh, Soul Cleave was supposed to go in here. Encroaching Cleave. What can I dump for that? I don't need all of the respites for sure. We have some draw. I could take out a Vengeance. Could take out an Encroaching Shadows, but that kind of defeats the purpose of all of this, I think. Maybe take out a Shadestalker or two. Do we put in Doom Beast? I did not put in Doom Beast, even though I was thinking about putting in Doom Beast. So let's put in Soul Cleave, and go from there. Zoe unopened is probably our ideal opening hand, so that I can at least have her to stay on the board and not just immediately die to everything else that's happening. So we'll see if I can manage to do that. This one, Encroaching Cleave. Let's do Corrupted Zoe. Let's do Nightshade Shrine. Let's do all the dark purple stuff for our dark purple deck, I think. Hectorim. That one. Corrupted Zoe. Let's go. I think I'm ready. Yep. Doing it in ranked, folks. It's the only way. It's not the only way. You could also do it in normals, which would arguably be probably the emote-filled experience. The emote people, as I was saying in the last stream, people emote more in there, which is always kind of cracks me up a little bit. They're probably not expecting what I've got, considering I'm loading in with Zoe Kale. So we'll see if how fast they can shut me down. That's Varus Pantheon Soul. They put in a soul? Yo, they're fucking brave. They put in Soul. I wouldn't have... I would not be brave enough to put in Soul. That's some buffs. I have a little bit of an elusive start. They might also be running elusives with Targon. They have not played... They've almost never played Soul before! This is like their second Soul game ever! Holy shit, welcome to the Soul life! It's a good time. Everybody, we all like the Soul. I'm gonna flight, and then we're gonna wait. Now we're gonna cast Esmus and hope that we can go over or underneath everything that's happening. I also need to find Encroaching Shadows. Can this deck stabilize without finding anything except out of the way and Harrowing? That's a good question, actually. That's a good fucking question. I'm not convinced that it can, which is always a fun fact. If I buff the flight right now, it will count for the Kale, but I will also be kind of stuck with a situation of the flight may not actually get me very much out of this. Okay, we're top decking a Guiding Touch and chiming on the Kale, which is acceptable. That's a 3/6 Kale. She's getting slightly larger. There's a Pale Cascade. That's fine. I'm just gonna tank damage. Oh boy, I don't want to just tank damage, but here we are. Yeah, I think I need to think about this construction a little bit more. Like, it's okay. That's a 3/2. That I really don't like, actually. I definitely do not like that very much at all. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the damage, though. We're just gonna take the damage. I want to Pale Cascade something here. I probably just want to heal afterwards, so we're gonna go down to 11, which is okay, except they are going to definitely have some kind of Varus buffing. They don't have the traditional Absolver combo on the Varus, though, which is something, I guess. Let's trigger one of these, because I have it, and we might, there's a shot that I don't just outright die next turn. There's a chance. Yeah, they don't have counter spells. I was about to be like, wait, there's something pink in the corner. Is that Ionia that I'm just suddenly hallucinating? No, it's just a Varus. The virus is the pink thing that I'm worried about. We don't need to be super worried about that, actually. There's a wounded white flame, which sucks for sure. I'm going to do this. It is a permanent buff, so at least it shall hang around. We find the soul cleave. That is unfortunately kind of all that we find. I don't think they can stop a 1-3. I guess they could quietus it afterwards, but they don't have the Shadow Isles, right? I'm confusing their colors with mine and also apparently every other color under the sun today. Just a bit annoying. One day I'll remember what cards do. Yeah, that's fine. I have a couple heals after that resolves. Woo! Damage. Soul... Yeah. The Pantheon can come down if they have it. Saga Seeker is... yep. I'm gonna go up to 10, and I don't think they can punch through 10 damage, at least. Definitely, it's going to be closer than I would appreciate, however. Yeah, let's heal here. There's a Sparkle Fly. Sparkle Fly's nice. We like a nice Sparkle. They did use the Scout. We're just kind of waiting around. We're down to 3 HP here. We're holding on to an Esmus. We have a Kale that's probably not going to do too much. I didn't find any of my Encroaching Shadows. They're buffing something that's not the thing that's actually going to my face. So I guess they decided to just kill the elusive instead of focusing on the actual units or my HP, which is a bit strange. To be fair, they're probably correct in doing that. I just also disapprove of the decision. We have healing and Sparkle, so I think I'm actually going to do that over something else. Totsigi, hello! Happy last day of freedom for most people day. Wait, let's do a Sparkle Fly. Wait, what's happening tomorrow? Spring's happening tomorrow, right? It's the 20th, if I'm not misremembering everything horribly. Yeah, Kale is going, I guess, and then we heal a little bit. The work week? Oh, the work week. I was like, wait, I know, I like the season change. That means it's gonna be warm and brighter outside. This is good. But yeah, no, this is the last day of freedom for me as well. God damn it! Why do you gotta make me do stuff? What's this whole making me do stuff bullshit? I didn't sign up to do stuff. Like, what? No, that's not what I'm here for. Kill my little Esmus. Kill block there. We're actually slightly living if this goes. Let's try and vengeance this. If this fails, obviously we do just kind of eat shit. So let's try this. Let's try we need a 4-day work week. I'd be down with a 4-day work week, honestly. Let me have a 3-day weekend. And there's a day for chores. I was talking to a friend about this yesterday. There's a day for chores then. There's a day for, why did you buff the thing that's not the dragon? Oh, well, there's anything that's like not... What are you doing? I don't buff the dragon because we're trying to vengeance it. A day for... There's like a day for chores, a day for relaxation, and a day for socialization. Or whatever combination of those days that you would like. Yeah, I'm alive, bitch. Bitch, I am alive, motherfucker. I'm probably gonna die. That's okay. Everyone, it's fine. A little death is okay. We've all done it before.
The arrow of retribution will find its mark.
Yes. Kissy face away. I'm gonna try to have... Could I fucking soul cleave Mikhail's? I could soul cleave Mikhail's. That would not be, I think, the mega threat that I actually would like it to be, though. That's not going to be a particularly big honkin' threat to them. I have currently 7 damage to face, including some healing, but now the virus is overwhelmed because of the bow thing. That +2/+2 and ephemeral, which means I have 8+3, which is 11 damage in hand. Not quite enough. Not quite enough unless I do soul cleave. Summon 2 ephemeral copies. I don't think the copies will actually get the buff. Yeah, it's another day to pretend would always be nice. Isn't that what a Roomba is for? We do have, fun facts, we do actually have a Roomba at work, which is kind of nice. It doesn't run around too often, but sometimes it will, which is kind of funny. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. It's time to fucking die. I could also duplicate the soul cleave, but then I don't have any more sparkles around, so I'm gonna go for the Mimi play here. Let's do that. I do have some shadows. Do you like them? Do you like my shadows? Yeah, shadows. You would have, I wanted a Roomba for literally over a decade now. I definitely, like, sort of have a dream of just, like, owning a bunch of robots in my house and then just calling them my friends forever, you know? They picked a 2 cost instead of actually killing my dude, which is interesting. It is interesting indeed. What if that happens if I make? Yeah, see, it's the baby derpy copies. It's not the big 4-3s, unfortunately. That is the flaw with the soul cleave encroaching. I figured it would do that, but I wanted to make sure, and unfortunately my worst nightmares were confirmed. That's a Harazi. That's very boring. I actually almost have lethal though. They did get me down to 1 HP, but I also do have lethal, which is hilarious. And I also drew so many cards! I drew so many cards! Your parents bought you an almanac in the 2000s when they had just come out in Japan. You remember thinking it was the coolest thing? I mean, it kind of is the coolest thing, which is the funny part. Like, it's a robot that cleans your floor. Like, this is what those weird advertisements and futuristic images from the 50s were like, this is what people are going to be doing in the future, is cleaning their homes with a robot. And finally I can do it! I just find it very funny. One of my professors in college had this story because they got a cheaper version of one of the robots, like not an actual Roomba, because those are like the top end, more expensive kind. They got a cheaper kind of like knockoff version of them, and apparently what it did was, or what they do when they can't find where they are in the house, is they'll just start running into things to figure out where their little homing base, because I think it's an infrared signal. So apparently it was just like, yeah, I just kind of ran around our house and bumped into shit, and I was like, that is adorable and I love it. Also, Berserk, hello, welcome back. How's it going? My dreams are coming true in that I have a turn 1 Zoe. My dreams are less coming true in that I have 2 Kales in my opening hand, so I don't actually have any elusives to cast, but that's fine! I have 3 Kales in my opening hand, which is also fine! This is gonna be fine! Why do I always draw 3 of something that's kind of useless? What do I do with this? Universe? What do I do with that? Okay, encroaching is great, but what do I do with the Kales? What do I do about the Kales? The Kales are kind of fucking me up here. 3 of Queen has returned. I know, and I just wish it... Why does it do? Why does it do? Just like, why? Why does it do that? Who said it could do that? I didn't say it could fucking do that. Use them for chump blocks? That's literally my idea here, of I will just cast them to chump things, because I honestly, I need something to stand in the front, when the Demacia is attacking me, because it's also a Vayne Nasus Renekton deck? What? Okay. Elites with the Croc. That's fine. Fuck you. That's not what I need. Of course yeah, there's the Badger Bear that's actually gonna fuck up my whole plan of having elusive stuff. That's a Gray Sparkle Fly. Unfortunately, there's that in the front just kind of chilling. Well, this is fun. This is fun. Just, you know what? Have a fucking Kale. Have a Kale. Look at it, it's Kale. I need the out of the way for the actual divine judgments to be applicable, but if I can find out of the way, ooh, there's actually a shot here that I could do something mildly interesting. Boy, do we like things that are mildly interesting around here. I can shit out a Encroaching Shadows into a bigger Sparkle Fly. I can shit out an Encroaching Shadows into exactly how many Sparkle Flies? 1 still. Unfortunately, I still think 1. That's fine. Do your bullshit. Yeah. It's a Badger. 6. Yeah. 1 mana short on being able to do 2 encroachings into 2 sparkles. I can make it a 5/4 and heal to 14. Or heal to 13 plus the Vile Feast. Problem is that Vayne is gonna do stuff. Kale is never going to level, so I think I'm just gonna do the big sparkles for now. Yeah, I'm 1 mana off of having 9, which would be a much better... a 10, rather. I'm just short of 10, which is just kind of annoying. Have a big thing. It will kill the 4/4, maybe. It will maybe kill the 4/4. It should probably kill the 4/4 unless it gets stricken down. But if it gets stricken down, that still means that I have something. Hi, Kale. That's nice. I'm Kale. I'm glad you're doing stuff. This is good. Sick animation. It is a really cool animation. It's always been a neat animation. It's kind of great. Give me a spooty boy so that I don't die immediately. How's your leveling? 2 of 4. Yep, that's a level. That's vein level in a second. Oh boy. I need what? Challenger for the round. Do you not know how that works? Oh, but you wanted to buff the HP, so I can't drain it. That actually makes sense. That's annoying. That's fucking annoying. Oh, if I can live to harrowing, we might actually be able to do something here, which is great. Okay, we're gonna cast Sparkle, and then we're gonna cast Harrowing next turn, and see if that's something. How much is that tumble? Okay, it's not affordable. Right now. That's good. Can I? No, we still live. I think we still actually fucking live here. Let's block this one of the 4/4s and one of the 4/4s, and we're actually not taking very much damage at all. Considering all of that, let's kill the 3/3 in the process so that it cannot buff things again later. Yeah, what does the Harrowing revive? Does it revive smaller stuff? To revive smaller stuff, that's not so great. There's an Asmus. What does this do? It gives me... It does not give me buff things. It gives me kind of a shitty board, actually. Because that's only 3 elusive. Harrowing needs to go. We actually need to rely entirely on encroaching and buffs to survive these kind of scenarios, which is difficult. I can't out of the way because we don't have the other thing going on either. Unbuffed, yeah, it's unbuffed. It does specifically say in hand and in deck, so I guess it doesn't count revives because it's not an everywhere grant effect, which is still just very annoying. Which is still just incredibly annoying, gotta say. Yeah, that does suck. That sucks. Glad to see it. We would need we need a 14 damage something in order to actually get around the fact that we're not going to win on this turn. Kale is not buffed by anything. That's unfortunate. That's a fucking 5/5 Zoe that I can't actually use. God damn it. No. Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, all of this goes because I don't have any other options here. Still only healing 2, which is not enough. 4/5 Kale with 2 Divine Judgments in hand. Still not really cutting it. What does their damage output look like next turn? A lot. It looks like a lot. I have a body and I have a stun or 2. Ooh, those Kales are doing stuff. Oh, those Kales are doing stuff. That's a 4, 3, 7, and 5 is 12. So perhaps not absolutely catastrophic until they tumble. Ah, that's catastrophic now. That's the damage that they needed. Fucking Battlesmith coming out of nowhere. Unless Vengeance does it. That is a champion strength, which I have no counters for whatsoever, and a free tumble is also incoming. Ah, that's better. That's a better card to run with this bullshit, actually. I understood. Understood. Let's do... Can I survive 1 attack? No, I also can't survive 1 attack unless I Vengeance, but then we also lose the blocker again, so not really gonna work exactly. We also cannot trade. Yeah, we can't trade, which also just fucking sucks. Berserk, thank you for the deck code. Didn't consider Ruination for a second. No, they didn't, which, you know, gotta say, kudos to them in that regard. And yeah, we're just fucking dead, unfortunately. Maybe I need fewer Kales. Maybe I don't actually need the Kales. Maybe I just need fucking Sunforgers and stuff. Because Sunforger, with that out of the way, will keep its lifesteal. So that might be an option. Berserk! Thank you for that deck code. Let me copy that in and take a look here and see what is up. Okay, yeah, that didn't That deck needs trimming to be able to do shit, but that's okay. Also update for the chat, if anybody is catching up on things, I do have a couple of submissions from previous streams. So if you know that you have something in the hold queue, come yell at me. I can do it today. March 19. Pasting this in, importing from Berserk, and let's go. Deathless Night, maybe? Oh. Deathless. Yeah. That's actually not it's a bad idea. I forgot about this card kind of existing, to be honest. +1/+1 plus the ephemeral from encroaching. That's actually a pretty decent buff. That's actually not a bad buff there. Yeah, it's a funny card. If we could give Deathless Night... Oh, what about some kind of encroaching Deathless Night P and Z combo so that I can continually copy this card and also give it ambush. Ambush Deathless Knights on a turn, on some kind of turn. I mean, I used to give it elusive. There are plenty of ways to give it elusive, but I think P and Z would be the funniest way of doing that, potentially. I'm going to come back to that after we finish our first exhibition here. That would be hilarious. Viewer, Berserk, Ionia, P and Z, Karma something something. Singing the song of no. Here we go. Could go cost reduction with Ionia and landmark angle. That's true, and then also gives us access to Dawn and Dusk, which would automatically buff the card as well. This is toxic. That's okay. We play toxic decks sometimes. It's Seraphine. Hello, what's up? And there's Sky Singer. Fuck yeah, the title is accurate enough. We're looking at Health Pot, Piltover Tellstone's Eye of the Dragon, High Note, Misty Shot, Notify, Retreat, Rummage, 2 Seraphines, Steel Tempest, Time Trick, Caustic Rift, Concussive Palm, 2 Denies, 2 Victors, Deep Meditation, 2 Drum Solos, Fan Club President, 2 Karmas, Unworthy Soul Formula, Hexbliterator, Back Alley Bar, 1 of, 2 Serene Sky Singers, and 2 Glorious Evolutions. I am excited to cast many Glorious Evolutions because some Karma player did to me on Friday, and I was in pain. I suffered, and I would like to inflict said suffering on somebody else, and now it seems like we might have the opportunity to actually do that. Fantastic. Let's do Festival Shrine. Let's make it pink for Karma. Let's bring a Poro, actually. Is that our best Poro? I mean, it's one of the better Poros, but let's do the anniversary Poro for fun. Just came back after like 1 to 2 years of no LOR, have no clue what's going on, so much stuff. Said one, first of all, welcome to the chat, and also welcome back to Runeterra. If you have any questions on what's happening, feel free to ask them. I am happy to answer questions, as is the chat most days. Yeah, there's been a lot of shit that's happened in the last couple of years. So you probably missed Darkens and Weapons and portals and a bunch of stuff. Karma generated 2. Oh my god. Goddamn Karma doing stuff. How dare. What are we looking at? Ash Karma. Wow, you also want to cast spells and frostbite stuff. I disagree. There's an Eye of the Dragon. Okay, I'll keep the I'll keep the eyeball. We have some draw. We have the Sky Singer. We have Piltover Tellstones. Okay. I think I can work with this stuff. Verstayan Disciple. Also, Super Sad Man, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the stream and hope you're enjoying your time here. I have a child with a good haircut. I like that haircut. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to try a haircut like that. And the Vestayan didn't do... Wait, you didn't attack with Vestayan? I have questions, but it's okay. I don't need to ask questions. I could just fucking aftershock that ramp. Do they have Troll Chant? I don't really need the healing. Otherwise, I could Deep Meditation. Why aren't they going with the draw? Why aren't they drawing cards? I am befuddled by this not drawing cards shenanigans. I guess I'll trigger this, see what we can find. There's stuff that I can't really use at the moment. Wild Mysticism is a card, yeah, okay. Why? What are you holding? What are you using that? I guess their hand must be just really solid if they're not using it, which is definitely not scary at all. They're already at 8, which is definitely kind of worrisome, but there's no ash yet, so they're just getting karma super fucking fast. Yeah, my damage to my face is like significantly less relevant. I'm gonna try and shoot down that 0-3 now. I've probably waited too long. I probably should have used it on the turn where I was debating the Deep Invitation and just kind of burned 5 mana. So this is just late, unfortunately. They have a deny. We can't Nopeify it except for our own spell, so that's just gonna resolve. But it's a deny out of their hand at least, so that, yeah, they just have the perfect hand, I think. Which is definitely annoying. We get some healing. They're at 9. We have a concussive palm. We have a lot of recalls if they try to do shit with those, so that's fun and exciting. That becomes a 6/6 in a hot minute. That's a Shimon Wind, finally. That's a Green Glade Lookout. Deal 1 to everything. We could trigger Drum Solo here. I think let's do that. There's a Glorious Evolution for 8 and a 2 mana deny, which is always truly exciting. Is our hand full? Our hand is full. Oh shit, please cast something before I fucking lose a card because of my stupidity. Yeah, we do have this Glorious Evolution into a deny, which we are going to counter their FTR for sure, and then we're going to cast Glorious Evolution, and we're going to slow down their plans by a lot for just like 2 seconds. Fuck off with that. No, yeah, we did lose a Seraphine. I should have cast a spell. We should have tried to remove that warding stones earlier. They are not happy that we're stopping their FTR, which is extremely fair and understandable. I too would be fucking pissed off. Let's get this going though. We're gonna be eating a bunch of damage, unfortunately. Probably 7, which leaves us at a relatively low level of HP, but I think we'll be fine. I think I kind of have to tank the Mystic, which sucks. We can put Karma back if it shows up. I could also just take all of the damage, but I think I'd rather reduce it by 2 and sit at 12 than sit at 9. Yeah, that's a 5 mana formula. Yeah, we got the flow again. We have our little thingy. We have a high note. Let's see. This is actually triggerable. I think, however, we want to cast the Sky Singer first. Let's discount by half on everything. That gives me some good lifesteal, and everything has augment. So we should be able to go from there, except they are doing some Buried in Ice shenanigans, which is fair. Don't have the mana for deny, even if it is 3 mana. That's fair. That's fair, actually. Do they have it that stairs? If they have the It That Stairs, it's a skill. So I think we should be okay on that front, I believe. Caustic Riff into High Note kills the wording stones, but I don't think we need to. We're chilling. I think we are, yeah. I don't particularly give a shit about that with the stun and the counterspell still just hanging around. There's the Karma! Fuck yes, Karma! Hello! That's a 3 mana Ash. I don't like it, but it also has it's basically Frostbite nothing. Which is fantastic. Also, I could just get rid of it so that I don't have to think about it. This is probably better used for Karma if it comes down, though, because we want to get rid of the Karma more than we want to get rid of an Ash. Karma getting Frostbite is okay. We have Concussive Palm. Could just commit the Concussive Palm on the 6/6 now so that we're not having to worry about the Overwhelm. And then we spring the Karma on them after everything has already resolved. Combat, anyway. And they don't have It That Stairs, otherwise they would have used it. So we actually do get all of our lifesteal back. And it resummons... Wait, Sky Singer is a on-summon effect? Sky Singer's on an on-summon effect. Do they realize that we can actually just get more... Do they realize that they're triggering Sky Singer again? Or do they have a way of removing one of my landmarks? What is happening? I should have Caustic Rift there, actually. That's just something I fucked up. I'm like, oh, it's attacking. I can just wait. No, I should have probably used something, but for now, here's a Karma. There's a Sky Singer. Yeah, that I understand. That's kind of what I was expecting way earlier. Let's pass here. Let's get our shit going. There's a Karma making us momentous choice, which I'll take for free. Thank you very much, Karma. Here's the level. We're waiting for not their level actually because they still haven't found their Karma. Thank you for the attune. Thank you for all of the buffs. Here's a concussive palm going. I mean, a bunch of things can actually attack her. Do I have draw? I have formula for 5. Let's test the formula for 5, except that will definitely overdraw my hand. I don't wish to do that in particular. 3-6. We can force things to trade. I think let's do... There's a 2-1 hanging around. I'd prefer them to not discount things. I'm actually gonna do Caustic Rift first, get the augment, get everything down on HP over there. We have High Note to trigger. Caustic Rift is double cast. Thank you very much. And then we have High Note again. Get rid of the Karma, get rid of the Sky Singer or something like that. Deal 2, deal 1. Everything is gone. We're getting our lifesteal back. Victor is leveled, and Seraphine. We have 2 Victors left, and 1 Seraphine and 1 Karma. Go, Feral Mystic, go! That's the right Fang Wolf! I don't give a shite about that! We have Deny, so we just win. I think we just do. I think we do. There's a back alley bar, there's a High Note again, there's a Caustic Rift, and there's a health pot. Fantastic. Let me health pot my way to victory, I think. Let's get that, let's get that. Let's get a Caustic Rift going again. Let's get the High Note going. We have a 15-5 Karma, just super casually. Don't mind me, I'm minding my own business. Minding my own business! There's a Shimon Wind. Wish I had cast it after, but it doesn't really matter. 1 little elusive is not going to fuck up my day in particular. Let's keep recasting. Let's keep casting. 2 of these need to hit, and we are done. Or actually, 1 of them needs to hit if we can get it to do it right. That goes away. That's fantastic. There, my opponent has time to do a thought. That's a Wording Stones. We still don't particularly give a shite, I'm pretty sure. Let's stun... Let's just stun and then go, because this still leaves me with just so many options. This just leaves me with so many fucking options. So yeah, let's stun to get 2 bodies and then swing for victory, considering they can only block a total of actually 1 thing. Karma for once in her life is going to attack, so let's go. Get fucked, Ash Karma. How much damage is that? 75 plus 18, whatever that is. Thank you for tolerating me, and goodbye. Have a nice day. Oh, they have the Braum emote that with the little like ruined skin Braum. It's very cute. I've never actually seen anybody else use it. Good shit. Good humored opponent. And a very quick win, honestly. Feels pretty good. Yeah, we kind of just danced around everything that they tried to do to us. Braum! Laramon, hello and welcome back, by the way. It was a pretty good Braum. They had the not Braum wave, so I feel like they were not BMing. It was just fucking cool and polite. Moving on, though, that was a pretty quick victory. So I'm gonna actually go and build that Deathless Knight situation with the encroaching to see if that will work, or just Deathless Knight and some kind of buff. Honestly, I'm gonna build the P&Z build that I was talking about first. Just to see what we can get. We've got encroaching. I'm still gonna risk encroaching shadows, and then let's give ambush to things. Elusive for the round. We can probably hit 2+ if we're drawing. Cards in general. What is other stability that we can run for this? I mean, I'm actually tempted to put in Teemo, so they're just like taking ping damage repeatedly. Encroaching Victor is not gonna work. Hecarim. We could put in Hecarim. We could actually put it in the Heck for some ephemeral buffs there. Teemo, Encroaching Shadows with Deathless Knights and Hecarim? Sure. Sure. Poros are nice. We like some speedy Poros. Ruination goes back in. I'm tempted to put in 2. Probably too much. Put in a harrowing and a like single ruination. Again, I think 2 is just kind of excessive. We could do something like piercing darkness as well, which is a card that I didn't really think about before, but is also like okay-ish removal. We have room for a Hexbliterator instead of a Vengeance, potentially, but I think I'm going to lean towards having like a 1 regular Vengeance in here. I'm doing well. Haven't had a pretty decent weekend, and now bracing to go back into the rest of the week. Fading Memories is interesting. Could put in a couple of those. I'm loath to put in more just because it doesn't always work, but if we've got we could put in Acorns to discount Harrowing and Ruination. If we've got something that our opponent has and we'd like it, we could always kind of fucking steal it. Oblivious Islander works well. Oh yeah, Oblivious, that's a good point. There's also, what's her name? Spectral Matron. I don't think that card is super affordable for us though. Right? 8 mana. No, I don't. By the time we have 8 mana, I think we want to have won the game. So that's, I don't think, quite feasible. We could run. No, well, we could do Callista instead of Teemo. Kind of thinking about damage versus actual like unit synergy, which is interesting. Bark Beast is gonna get +2/+2, so it could go up by +5/+5 on top of the encroaching, but I think that's still a pass. Go Hard is in here. I don't think that drain is actually going to super help. What elusives am I missing, if any, at all? Oh, we're missing a bunch, potentially. Let's put in, actually, more Acorns. I think more Acorns are relatively sustainable. Sting Officers and... Intrepid Mariner for Deathless Night is funny if we don't find Ambush, but I don't know if we need that exactly. Neandroid gives Augment, but it's actually not going to get... It's only going to be a 3/5 on summon because of something else. Sump Snipe is going to fail at getting anything. Scavenge Camocloaker also could work in... Actually, let's do Camel Cloaker instead of Ambush because of the additional card condition, because I don't know actually how we're going to trigger that super consistently. How do you call in English when you have a day off because of a festivity? That's like it's usually just like a vacation day or a day off. It's usually called a day off. I think just period. Like it's weird, like... Holiday is more of a like UK British English term. I would usually say like, oh, I have a day off on X sort of thing. Let's put in Cecil Sentries again. Actually, I do actually like that draw. Holiday. But the thing is a holiday. Like, I don't say that I have a holiday. It's like I'm going on break because there is a holiday. But that is kind of a finicky... That is kind of a finicky distinction. It's kind of general. You say you have a holiday? Oh, okay. I think I usually default to saying I have a day off on the holiday, but you rate holiday to just Christmas? At least in the US, holidays are pretty like, if there's a celebration or a federal thing, they're all called federal holidays here. Like Veterans Day for us is a federal holiday. Thanksgiving is a federal holiday. They're all called holidays, weirdly enough. Do you want Mystic Shot? I feel like I'm running PNZ. A Mystic Shot is never the worst idea. Maybe that's bait, but we're doing it. Soul Shepherd permanent without Encroaching Shadows would be good, but I don't know if we can actually pull that off. Sumpworks map is also here over Camo Cloaker. We could put in 2 Camo Cloakers, 2 Sumpworks, just for guaranteed elusives, potentially. Have I played other card games in the past? I started playing card games because of... do we want Drain? We probably want Drains. Whatchamacallit? I played Magic for probably like a year or 2 before jumping over to Runeterra after Oko happened, and I was like, I don't need to be here while Oko's happening, you know? So I just kind of left. Harbinger. is funny, but also I don't think gonna work exactly. Used to play Slay the Spire and also one other game on stream. Yeah, I played Magic. I play a lot of Slay the Spire still in my own free time. I tried Yu-Gi-Oh like once or twice, but it just didn't, it hasn't clicked yet. I play Hearthstone Battlegrounds just because it's fun and a card game. And yeah. The roguelike, there was Griftlands. There was Griftlands and stuff like that. There you have tomorrow. You have a federal. Griftlands and the one that was made by the Magic guy, right? Roguebook. That's the one. Tomorrow you have a federal holiday because of spring. Oh wait, you get a federal holiday on the first day of spring? That's so nice, actually. I wish we got that. I wish we got stuff like that. That's so neat. I'm actually going to put in soul cleaves, right? We have soul cleave opportunities on the Deathless Knights now because we don't actually have to worry about them dying. Let's actually load up on soul cleaves. What the fuck am I doing? I forgot about the whole linchpin of this shit. Let's put in soul cleaves. I'm too many cards. Okay, bye. Yeah. Because they will be buffed off of the soul cleave. That's pretty decent, actually. Alright, I'll take it. Let's try this version of it. Meme. Deathless Cleave. One of these will work. One time. I only needed to work once. Let's do the Hecarim skin. Let's do Spirit Blossom Teemo. Let's do... What's a good board for the Hecarim? I want to say Final Stage is a decent board for the shiny, colorful Heck. He doesn't have a card back, but I'll do Bullet Birds. It happens every time a season starts. That's so nice, actually. We work through all of our season starts, which in comparison just feels kind of shitty. I'd like the day off, too. Happy spring, though, by the way. It's gonna start being, well, for us, it's gonna be longer days and warmer weather. I suppose if you're on the opposite side of the world, in the southern hemisphere, it's going to get shorter days and colder weather, so I do apologize if that's you. My seasonal depression is leaving, so I'm like, yes! I'll be able to be outside until like 8 p.m. sometimes and not be worried about it. That is Son of Vigar! You can't kill anything with darkness if I have nothing for you to fucking hit, is currently my mentality with that, I think. I would rather not have the Poro. I think I should have mulliganed the Poro and then held on to the Acorn, but at least we have the Acorn start. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Boop it! 2 mana Soul Cleave, let's go. Can we make this a free Soul Cleave? Let's make this a free Soul Cleave if we can't actually win by other means. Piercing Darkness will hopefully take care of Vigar or Senna by the time it lands. Catalyzer is going to just fucking die immediately. Should I have done that in combat? Probably. Do I give a shit? Yeah, it's Catalyzer. They don't really have a 1 mana play to buff it. Unless they have like one random Mark of the Isles, in which case I will call them crazy and question their life decisions. We have a Deathless Knight. I think I'm just gonna bank mana in the name of hopefully we can get that out in a couple of turns. They might be pinging this down because they want to avoid it. That's fair. So we're stuck with the 2 mana Soul Cleave and still that 6 mana Piercing Darkness, but the 6 mana Darkness should be able to take down a decent number of things on the next turn or two. Yeah, I'm gonna bank mana. My HP is actually okay right now. Encroaching Shadows, let's go! There's a Vigar! No. Also, no, thank you. Okay. We do actually have the Islander at some point. I should have actually considered that a little bit more, but we have the Islander. Let's cast that on the Deathless Knight. It's now at 5 mana, 6/6. So maybe we don't even have to super worry about the encroaching yet, because we do have a 5 mana, 6/6. We could go with encroaching into a Poro, which is a 3/3 elusive. They have a 2 damage spell for 3. They don't have anything that blocks Deathless Knight though right now, so let's actually sneak this out. Hopefully we can top deck our elusive soon, But they need a bit of a chunky boy to block it. Of course, they do manage to find a chunky boy because that's how it works. 2 mana, 2 damage, so that's the Deathless Knight's still alive. It's just a coincidence that the president's birthday was on March 21st, and that's why it's a federal holiday? Ah, damn it! I was excited. There's the Camo Cloaker. Fuck yeah. That's a Quietus. Fair and understandable. Fair and understandable. I see why you would do that. Definitely the 6/3 is a little bit risky here. Do I just rip in shadows? I think I'm just gonna rip the shadows actually, and then pass the turn. Such a creepy fucking animation, but still so good. 6 mana. Do you Vengeance this? If you Vengeance that, my plans are a little bit ruined, but not the most ruined. Can I just make some 6/6s? You have 1 mana. I'm just gonna make some 6/6s here, actually. They're permanent, they're fearsome, they're deathless boys. The Senna can't attack right now. Neither can really anything else. Let's pass. Let's get 6 elusive damage onto the field. Or we can just slam a 7/8 heck and let him eat the damage. Actually, he's not very useful right now because he's not actually going to be able to buff anything in particular because we haven't attacked with anything ephemeral yet. So let's shove out our Poros. Let's get the Camo Cloaker onto one of the Night Boys and go from there. That's the Sun of Dissolving Shadow, so they're real desperate to stop me from doing stuff, which is understandable. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's do this. There's more where that fucking came from. Let's give Deathless Knight elusive and also draw a card. Boom. 8 damage to face. Let's go. 2 procs for the Hecarim here. Ceaseless Sentry. Big boy, actually, the Ceaseless Sentry. Let's pass here. Yeah, this guy's chilling. Oh, Scavenge Cloaker is a fucking permanent? Oh, it's a grant. For some reason, I thought it was a give for the turn. It's a fucking goddamn grant. Holy shit, that's nice. That's a Decimator. That's fine, actually. I'm pretty sure that's fucking fine. Let's do this. Let's do a 6/5 Sentry for blockers. That darkness can only punch through 4. Actually, they can't even punch through 4 because the Senna still can't really go here. Oh, it can go because of its quick attack now, but we can just block with the 6/3. The 7/6 is going, which surprises me a little bit. The Senna isn't because they're afraid, which is also fine with me. Let's see what we find here. Nothing can kill her off the bat there. There's a Soul Cleave. Oh, there's a Soul Cleave. We do get the yeah, we get the non-elusives if I do that. It is 2 more boys. Do I want the non-elusives? I mean, it's just 6 damage. And also we do have a 9/10 Overwhelm Hecarim. Something is gonna get vengeanced. Or they have a one-off Ruination. But something is going to die here. Oh, we top deck Sumpworks map? Fuck yeah. Okay, time to yeet. Time to yeet. 2 Hecarims? Oh, 2 Hecarims is the funny play, isn't it? Oh, do we risk the double Hecarim? Oh, we totally fucking risk the double heck here. They are smaller. They are smaller, but they summon more boys. Because they each summon 2. And we have room for that, because it's going to be... Yeah, and then they all level, because it will be +4. No, but it'll be +4 to 2. So you actually are short on the level if we do that on the Hecarim. I think I'm just going to cast the Sumpworks on the Hecarim, because that's like super lethal. It is like kind of super lethal if we do that. It's 19 damage right there. Again, Vengeance is open, so I am worried about this play. If they kill the 6/4, I'm very vulnerable to just an open attack on the following. So let's see. I mean, they do have to probably hit the Hecarim, but they don't hit the Hecarim! They don't hit the Hecarim! Fuck yeah! Nexox, hello. Welcome back to the stream. We are getting a win. Holy shit. Okay, well, Darkness didn't have answers, and that feels fucking good, because I hate Darkness. I really hate it. I didn't even find the team out. We didn't even have a chance to puff cap them slowly to death. We just found the W. I'm actually think I'm gonna play this at least a couple more times to see how we might be able to refine it a little bit, because this is fun. This is fun. Teemo Hecarim, this is good shit. This is good shit. I also just realized I was inadvertently trying to build something with Encroaching Shadows. I just realized that I could actually bring this build to the CDS potentially. Champion Draft Series. Because I have Teemo and I have Hecarim. And I've been struggling to find a good place for the Teemo Hecarim. So maybe this is the place for the Teemo Hecarim. Deathless Knight fucking stonks. With Elusive. Elusive stonks. Yeah, fuck it. This might be the way to go. Hi, Zoe! No, absolutely not. What are you doing? Just Mono Zoe? Mono Zoe Demacia Targon is gonna be a little spicy. There's a Hecarim top deck, which is kind of awkward. I'm gonna risk the Acorn. This probably does not trade. Yeah, that doesn't trade. We have the chance of interrupting the Zoe, though. I mean, having pressure on elusives is pretty good versus them. We have 2 Teemos, which is an interesting state of mind to be in. Do we cast one, or do we just go for encroaching? I think let's cast one and then cast encroaching. We could always make more Teemos. I could soul cleave the Teemos so that they guaranteed have to think about running into Teemo. That is some bullshit, but that's really entertaining as a thought, actually. They're so easy to kill, though. It's just so fucking easy to kill there. That is an 8/8 Deathless Knight, because we did finally get to see it buffed by the encroaching, which is just kind of brutal. I'm gonna drain the Zoe. Let's see if this works. They haven't made anything, they haven't invoked any low costs from the super cool star charts, so they don't have spell shield for her, and they didn't choose to buff it either. So let's just go with our elusive boys ourselves. I'm actually gonna forego the soul cleave. Okay, Moonlight, that's a very expensive hush. A very expensive Moonlight Affliction or whatever. Yeah, Moonlight Affliction. Little surprised they went that aggressively into it, but okay. It's also not permanently silenced, so that's fun. I'm gonna recast. No, we don't need to recast a Teemo, actually. They have a 2/1. That's all they've got. They can invoke here pretty easily. We can make iterative improvement copies of something if we want to. We're looking at that Deathless Knight cast next turn, or the first Hecarim for Overwhelm. Diablo 4 on Facebook. What's your highest level? Me level 0. Let Mac users play, you coward! Oh no! Ooh, I could take that. I could take that with an iterative improvement. I'm gonna take that with an iterative improvement because I also would like one. I'd also like to invoke, actually, casually. Don't mind me. That's a Golden Sisters. I will gladly accept a permanent Golden Sisters. That's actually a pretty powerful 6-drop instead of any of my regular elusive bullshit. That's especially pretty strong. The Golden Sisters here. Do we go with that instead of something else like the 8/8 that certainly cannot be blocked by any of the 2/2s? Let's start going with the 8/8 Deathless Knight, I think, and then hold the invoked card for threat. Like, we can always pretend that we do have an obliterate. They have an obliterate. Terrible news. Absolutely atrocious news. Let's swing with some damage here. That's fine. Okay, so that's kind of the trade that I expected. We are discounting the soul cleave again. Amazing. Let's pass. Let's get silver Teemo, I think. Vengeance is coming down, which is kind of really nice, actually. Do I care about that? No, not really, but let's block anyway because we can. I think now we can definitely summon the sisters because they're not going to have a board wipe, really. So we can spook them a little bit. They did also pick the sisters, which is understandable. If I do this, though, we get 2 ephemeral copies and 3 elusive copies. That's really fucking funny. That's actually really fucking funny. It is awkward, I think, because I only get the elusives to stay permanently. I think let's soul cleave it next turn and then let the Hecarim use that for a buff. There's encroaching shadows again. Do we want to re-trigger that on everything that's currently in hand? Maybe. Encroaching shadows brings us to a 9-10 Hecarim again. They did use in the Sunburst before, so they wouldn't be able to potentially silence it and use it again so quickly. I actually think I am gonna do the whole revive sisters though, because that's just a lot of value right there. And then I can actually recast the Hecarim over like the acorn or something, so that we get the advantage of looking at all of the elusives and an overwhelm Hecarim going face. Mountain Scryer can find obliterates, it can find a falling comet, it can find other things that can finish it down. I think this is a Hecarim time. Is this a Hecarim time? I think it's a Hecarim time. I don't know if I really need the acorn anymore, and this will at least bait removal. And we still just have some 4/3s for healing. Is that removal? It is a falling comet. Fucking called it from the Mountain Scryer too. I was right. I was totally fucking right there. Let's go with all of this shit. That's 20 damage, so they do have to block some stuff. Going down to 1 HP. Fucking balls of steel. I like it. Do we got Teemo? I think I'm just gonna pass here. Let's do his hand for lethal. Yeah, that's true, actually. I was banking on the Hecarim staying around, but it didn't work out that way for sure. Teemo can go out. We have Vengeance. They have some healing. They go up to 8, so 9 HP. We can remove 1 pretty easily. I think, yeah, encroaching into that. Or I could wipe their board. Or I could just fucking wipe their board and hope that their forecast is so insignificant that I don't have to think about it. I think that's probably gonna work. What is their top end? They have no top end. They have no top end champ, at least. Yeah, I think let's just fucking yeet all their stuff out into the garbage can. 6 mana left. We have another encroaching to trigger before both Teemo and Daring Poro. We have a Vengeance still. That's 2 damage. Doesn't really matter. Yep, pass. So we'll have a 5/5. Okay, so they have 1 blocker then. No, let's just still hold the encroaching, I think, into the next turn. Because that's not going to be the biggest deal. Because they can get Trickster. They could get Trickster, to be fair. But then we still have the Vengeance hanging around. 10 mana. Harrowing is also just a card. Harrowing is also just a card. Let's cast Harrowing here. You don't have counter spells, so let's go. Harrowing into either a Teemo or a Daring Poro for more elusives. That's kind of a great opening. So yay, top decks for the win. That's a super cool star chart, which I guess could find Crescent Strike. That's a possibility. So they'd stun the 2 of the 4/3s, probably, even though that's not winning. That will still not win them the game. Yeah, back-to-back Ruination Harrowing is kind of brutal for them, and that steal on the Lunari Lunari something Nightfall Lady was pretty powerful. I'm actually back to wondering if I should put 2 Ruinations in here instead of just 1. I don't know about that. I don't actually think we need to. There's an argument maybe to drop an acorn, but I actually like top decking the acorns. How did I get to invoke? I have iterative improvement in here, so I stole their Lunari Dustbringer to invoke a card, and they happened to pull the same one that I did. So we both had sisters, but I had Soul Cleave on the sisters, and then we cast Harrowing to get even more sisters. So it's really just the family experience. Deathless Knight is good. How big is that Callista? 10,000 mastery. Okay, that's terrible. Actually, never mind. I'm gonna mulligan all of this. We want Acorn. We want big cards in hand discount. We get a mixed bag. We get an intensely mixed bag. But I'm going to start picking with elusives, I guess. Here, look. It's cute. It's a Poro. Take it to the face. Take my cute little Poro to the face hole. Thank you. Prestige homage. What's your Viego looking like? Almost just above 4 mastery. That's fine. Okay, Mist Wraiths are gonna be annoying until we can kill them, but we also, I mean, we're not a block-intensive experience anyway. I wish I had maybe had kept that Mystic Shot, because I should have known that the Callista would be looking at, should have known that Callista would be looking at Mist Wraiths and Fearsome potentially, so that I think was just a mistaken, mulligan there. That was a fuck up. Do they trade a Fearsome? Okay, they do. They trade one Fearsome, which makes sense. One less for me to think about next turn. There's an iterative improvement, so I can actually make a copy of something to block. Should we be running one minion? That's an interesting point. That's an Allegiance card. Fuck. You can make a Wraith though. Can't piercing the Callista, which is what I would prefer to do. I want to iterative a mist. I think I'm gonna try iterating a mist, just so that we have something to block with, because they might not be happy to attack with the Callista. The thing is about minion is I think when it goes back into hand, it doesn't trigger the revive. It's the same thing as trying to soul cleave something that you've cast Encroaching Shadows on. I don't think it will actually make the buff copy, so we'll have a recurring unit. But I'm not actually convinced that the recurring unit will be a lot of damage or a significant help over just having like drains and healing, if that makes sense. I can withstand a couple more Callista attacks before it's just kind of doom and destruction. So tempted to re-rip the Encroaching now to get the 3/3 Teemo out, so that will be 4 elusive damage, bringing them down to 12. We'd also still have Vile Feast and Piercing for the following turn. Doesn't do much if it loses the buff, which it should. It should lose the buff, unfortunately. I think. Yeah, fuck it. We're just gonna have a big Teemo. Again, we are maybe living. If they have a Viego, that's going to be a bigger problem, but I don't actually think they've summoned any Camovorans yet. That Stalking Shadow just turbo whiffed. Oh my god. Found absolutely nothing off the top, which is kind of funny. Whoops. Sorry. That sometimes does happen with that card. Sometimes does happen, and it sucks when it does. Really fucking sucks when it does. There's an Oblivious Islander. There's an Encroaching, Encroaching Mist. Let me have your, we don't actually need to drain that much, which is the funny part. Let's just take that, but that levels the Callista, so actually, I'm gonna wait. I think we're just gonna cast this and then wait on the Hecarim cast. Isn't there a 1-mana elusive that buffs itself with Ephemeral, or was it Ionia? That's Ionia, yes. That Encroaching was really sad. The Encroaching, yeah, their Stalking Shadows was sad. My Encroaching was less sad. We got a Teemo out of it, okay? It's fine. You're trying to get Shadows, and I'm trying to say no to that bullshit. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, okay. I just don't want you to have things. Oh, you're getting things anyway, goddamn. No! Not Soul Cleave on the Camovoran Soldier, no! Oh god. Oh god. No, that's so much damage. I needed the Vile Feast to work out, but they always have fucking Syncopation! I don't like Syncopation. In case you can't tell, I don't enjoy that card. 0 out of 10, don't enjoy it. Yeah, I know, you suck, we understand. That's a lot of ephemerals. You're making one more. Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a Misty Boy. Let's block a 3/3. And only take 7 here. I mean, our Hecarim is gonna be good-ish. It's gonna be good-ish. Encroaching Shadows. Look, it's not that bad. It's fine. Come on, Hecarim, back me up here. Does Hecarim save me at all? Can I also just cast a Harrowing for wins? No, I cannot cast Harrowing for wins. That's actually kind of atrocious. Let's get a Hecarim out and see what we can do here. I think Hecarim and then hope that I have time to cast a Drain on the following turn as our play here, which also sucks. But that's okay. I could summon 2 riders and then get 4 or 5 ephemerals attacking all at once. Please don't have a vengeance. Please don't have a vengeance. Please don't have a vengeance. That's not a real card. That's a real card though. That is very real. That is an aggressively real invasive Hydrovine, and I think that might actually just kill me. So that's exciting and fun. That's fun and exciting. Yay, good. So 4 plus 7 is 11, plus 4 is 15, so unless I find a drain on the something, that's actually not lethal. You want to keep the 4-1. Yeah, you need to keep the 4-1 if you want to make sure that I potentially have lethal. We might be holding on to the Poro, though, which actually doesn't... Ah, it blocks the 4-1. I still don't understand why they're yeeting the 4-1, though, actually. Why are they yeeting the 4-1? Why not just hold on to the units and go down to 5? And then they might have an open attack for lethal? I am befuddled. Oh, because they have fucking Scuttlegeist. That's why. Scuttlegeist! Yo. Minus 10 cost. All right, fine. All right, I acknowledge that you are a Scuttly boy. It's acknowledged. Don't have time to cast Ruination. It's fine. Well, maybe I should have risked the Ruination in the previous turn. That might have actually worked out better. Get rid of the Callista and something else. But problem is I already committed the, I think I'd already committed the Hecarim when they committed the Hydrovine right after, so I wouldn't have had time. I guess I could have waited. I could have also just passed the turn, because I knew I wasn't dying. So that was a past the turn moment that I just ignored, pretty sure. We got at least Gwen Darius, which is interesting. Yo, we got encroaching shadows. We have so many encroaching shadows. I should have held a Poro, maybe. I was banking on helping to draw a unit that wasn't during Poro so that I could cast it later, but it looks like we just have spells. I can drain them in 3 turns. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. We will have this. We will have this for sure. That's an Oblivious Islander on absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. But maybe we can find a Deathless Knight later. Hello, opponent? What's your Elise Mastery? 139,000? What is Darius? 70,000. I'm sorry, 139,000 Mastery on Elise? What the fuck? How long have you been playing Spooters? Too long. The answer to my question is too long and a scary number, and I don't want to interact with that. We are looking at encroaching next turn onto Teemo, which is, fun facts, probably not going to save us. But if I encroaching into Teemo, we'll still have mana, I believe, to bank into encroaching on the following, right? So cast the next turn, we'll take up 4, so we'll use 5 for the Teemo. We'll be banking 1. And we will have... we'll be short 1, actually. Damn it. Still think it's an encroaching in that case. Because then it will actually discount the piercing from the acorn. Though we'll still be a mana short, because then I won't have... Excuse me. Enough for it. But we're not going to die next turn anyway, hopefully. At least I think we're not going to die next turn, hopefully. I could try to swarm their board with the Oblivious Islander into Teemo Acorn, but I think let's just cast the Acorn and hope that it lives. And then Teemo is here. Yeah, 5 mana. Fuck. 6 mana. Just short on that, unfortunately. Yeah, if they have Gwen, I mean, obviously we're in for a shit pile of damage. Let's go with Teemo. I think we have to. We do have an Oblivious Islander to just regularly cast if need be. Let's do that. 2 ephemerals for the Hecarim. Discounting on that. Buff caps on there. 5 mana Piercing Darkness is okay. 1 Hallowed proc, so that'll go up to 3 and 2. So we're looking at 5 damage minimum from their board. I'm assuming plus a Gwen. Right? There has to be a Gwen in there, right? In their opening hand? To be fair, they didn't cast Elise early, which is interesting, and they don't have Darius for sure. That'd be terrifying if they had some kind of fucking 4 mana Darius. Please no. I would think I would leave Runeterra entirely. What are they waiting for? Not exactly know what they're waiting for. But we will definitely Oblivious Islander into any big threats, I think. I'm actually gonna hold this encroaching until we have a better hand in general. Yes, 2 double soul cleave, it just kind of sucks. Yep, that's that. We don't have removal for that, so we are gonna take as much damage as I feared. 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus the 5, which is, excuse me, I'm dying. 11 total, so we're taking 11. That's fine. 11 is fine, I promise. We're gonna be going back up to 12 if we can get rid of the Gwen here, which is, I think, what we're gonna have to do, because my top decking luck seems to have faded into the far distant past here at the moment. I don't think they should have a counter for this. I guess they might have it like a Noxian something to ping some of the damage back at me. But for now, we just remove it. If they have another Gwen, obviously we're in big trouble. Very large, maximum sized trouble if they have another Gwen hanging around. I'm hoping it's like 2-2-2 or like 3 Elises, 2 Gwens, and 1 Darius. So there's less chance of us seeing her. But that is potentially wishful thinking. That's a house spider. Okay, not lethal, not lethal. We got mystic shots. I can kill a spider. It's fine. That's good. We like it. Yeah, I did play around with the idea of putting go hards in all of the versions of this deck that I've built. I just think it's too slow, and as much as 5 damage removal is nice, it's not ideal. There is catalog colors in here, but Catalog of Regrets is also not going to work super well, unless we decided to do like Deathless Night, Catalog of Regrets, Soul Cleave cycling, so that every time we cast a Deathless Night and we have a Soul Cleave and a Catalog of Regrets on the field, it will proc on the Deathless Night repeatedly. That would be funny, but I also think just too niche to really get going. I think I'm going to try and build one last version of this deck, though, which is Ionia Deathless Night, in order to have access to things like Godwillow Seedling and other like ephemeral summons, and also, of course, the big one, which is whatchamacallit, Dawn and Dusk, D&D. Not the D&D, the Dice D&D, the other D&D. Are they AFK? If they're AFK, it's a little bit mean here, but yeah, I'll just take the turn pass. They must have disconnected. Or they're like super BMing because they don't have a great opening hand here. I'm not sure which one it is, but we can cast the Hecarim here and see how that goes. I could also Encroaching Shadows Hecarim so that we have a big 9-something heck. Or we could just Soul Cleave the Hecarim. Let's Soul Cleave the Hecarim, because I think that's funny. Mostly just it's funny. Oh, I think I might have forgotten to count the 2 Hecarims in hand, or that count themselves as ephemeral. The last time we were looking at this, I was counting his buddies. I wasn't counting the Hecarim itself. Oh, they are still around. They are around. Hello. Are you just BMing me to fuck? Okay, that's fair enough. Yep. If they have a Gwen here, we're definitely dead. I think we're just definitely dead. But yeah, no, they're still here. They're still here. Either they reconnected at an opportune time, or they're just straight up BMing me, based on the fact that they cast a Vengeance right before the timer was up, and are now refusing to do things in a timely fashion. I think they are just BMing me, which is always fun when they BM me, for sure. Love it. It's wonderful. Woo! Yay! Roping. So fun! I just want to play Runeterra! Don't be a dick. Let's go. Chop chop. They're being a real asshole about this, actually. Wow. Are you really that bothered by a nice encroaching shadow? How many spiders are there? Many. There are many spiders. 3 others, and I can't quite kill 2 of them. So unfortunately, the Elise levels, that's okay.
Smooth as
Challenger and Fearsome is annoying. The thing gets pushed off to the side. We can kill the one that is coming at us. with the big old hallowed proc, which I think should be enough to keep us alive, because otherwise we're looking at, let's see, 4, 2, 6 plus all of the buffs. Oh, but they're buffing the Elise, which is correct, because they're not going to just eat it to the side. That makes sense. Let's kill... I can't quite kill it either. I cannot quite kill it either. Damn it! If they had put one of those stupid units to the side, that would have worked. That's unfortunate. They really either DC'd or were a total fucking asshole about that pass. I'm still salty because one time someone pretended to be AFK for like, I would say a solid like 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna slowly play my cards. And then I made a play that was technically a misplay because I tapped down too low to be able to respond to them. And then they ran and won the next turn. I hate people who do that. I have fucking zero respect for people who pretend to rope. You're an asshole. Just straight up, get out of my queue. We are seeing Hecarim. Let's go with Acorn first. They can Quietus it, but they don't have... They probably don't run that, or too many copies of it at least. Let's get 2 Acorns. We are Avalanche proof. We are Blighted Ravine proof, because no mana. We are hopefully discounting our encroachings to 3 each, which is always exciting. That's a drain, so we're discounting one of our encroachings to 3. So we still have to pay 7 total to get this going, but we have both of them in our opening hand here, as well as an additional Acorn here. Let's just rip this now, I think. Let's get this out of the way. We're looking at Elusives. You want to go early because they've got Trundle Tryndamere going on. Okay. What would be super helpful here? Honestly, probably Oblivious Islander for Hecarim discounting. Hecarim discounting would be nice. But let's do... we could do Ceaseless Sentry into Acorn and just have a 4-3. That gives us draw. I think I'd rather play it on a future turn though, so let's actually summon this and then do a 5-5 Acorn, just so that they have to think about it. Also, Ohana Kitty, thank you for the video request. Appreciate it, and also welcome back as always. Yeah, have my dudes have 6 damage. Do you like it when there's 6 damage? Because I like it a lot when there's 6 damage. They're healing back some of it, not all of it, thank God. We have a 0 mana Mystic Shot. Which is just really funny. The 0 is off-centered because it's just not expecting the 0 mana shot. They have a Trundle. I have a Ceaseless fucking Sentry that can block, which is hilarious. Oh my god, here we go. Also, that 9/10 Hecarim is really gonna be pretty when it goes into swing for face. It's gonna be very pretty when it does that. Super fucking pretty. Unfortunately, we do have a conflict between what I'm actually doing here, because this might not actually be enough damage to level, and then we're going straight into all of the big removal, Buried in Ice, Ruination mana, etc., but I think it's still time to yeet the heck, so fucking yeet time it is. Don't hurt him! Don't hurt him! That is an Ice Pillar, but not a slow or fast speed spell. Never punished, indeed. That's the dream here. That exists, so we're just gonna do this real quick and then go face. Look at all the damage is going face. Yeah, we're doing 10 to face right now, just with this elusive Hecarim. It is unfortunately getting flash freezed, which sucks. So I am down to almost no damage to face, which definitely is a blow to everything. My ego, my winning probability, my hopes and dreams. Sick Pike, hello, welcome back. How's it going? Yeah, I really wanted this, but that's okay. It's fine. We'll live with it. It's okay. It's just a Hecarim. It's fine. They're killing everything. No! My board! On the bright side, that pillar doesn't have fucking timelines on it, so it's not gonna... It didn't transform into anything randomly horrific that would just kill me out of nowhere. I do have a cup. I have 10 damage in elusives if I can get to the next turn. Getting to the next turn, of course, is going to be the iffy proposition, and also not getting everything wiped off the face of the fucking earth. That will also be an issue. They made Champions Ephemeral with this card. It's an interesting one for sure. I don't know quite what to do with it sometimes, but it is very funny. Let's get a sentry going. Because hear me out, Sentry, Camo Cloaker, Teemo, and this Daring Poro is still not lethal! It's still not lethal! Alright, use your Harsh Winds, use your Ruination, use your Buried in Ice, man. That's a mistake! That's a mistake! I think we win the game. I think we win the game. They don't know that we have Camo Cloaker, so I think we actually win the game. I am so not sorry. You're playing FTR. Get fucked, dude. Get absolutely fucked, dude. Oh my god. Perfect lethal damage. GG. We still have that 0 amount of Mystic Shot also still hanging around in hand. Deathless Knight with +6/+6 on it, which is just so many buffs. Because it gets +3/+3 every time you cast Encroaching. So there we go. Punish that FTR playing fraud. I am trying, and we did it in pretty good fashion. Greedy bastard, very greedy bastard. Actually, I played the Ceaseless Knight because I was like, okay, they're gonna see this, they're gonna understand that it's bait, and then they're gonna wait for me to cast more elusives. So my fear was that I have all my elusives on the board, and then they cast Ruination or Buried in Ice. Probably more likely Buried in Ice, actually. But they were just like, no, I'm gonna have some 10/10s because you definitely don't have small things in your hand. What? They saw me cast the Teemo before. What was that play? But yeah, that actually was amazing. Okay, I'm gonna play this one more time and then I'm gonna go build the Iona version that I promised and take a look at Ohana Kitty's submission. But this is fun. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. This is great. I made Encroaching work, and I'm making Teemo work, and the hacker room's never attacking because I can't get it to do things, but that's okay. Nasus Kindra is gonna be a problem. Trolls always be greedy? I mean, Trundle is literally a fucking troll. That is in his name. It is in his archetype. That's Encroaching and then a lot of spells, unfortunately. Whoops! Whoops! That's a Daring Poro. Rescued! Rescued! I guess I could also technically wait. I could technically be patient and not do that because they're gonna summon things like First Wave. Or the other option that it is Wings in the Wave and the other thing. I could technically wait, but I don't have patience, so that's that. There's the Slay effect. I'm gonna wait and then still Encroaching Shadows into a Doom and Destruction, hopefully. You can't slay stuff if I don't have stuff. Darken Bloodletters. No, okay. Your Nasus will never get big if I don't have anything for your Nasus to kill. If all of my stuff dies because I don't care about the Kindred, we're gonna do great. We find that fucking Mystic Shot, and here's a 3/3 Teemo. No one has drawn Puff Caps yet, by the way. I have actually hit the Nexus, I think, in every single game with at least one Teemo. Maybe minus that Zoe game where we had to play around her a lot and he got killed. But no one has managed to pull a Puff Cap yet. No one has done that yet. They're looking at my Encroaching Shadow board and they're like, what the fuck is this lady doing? And that's a valid response. I'm not quite sure either, but it's currently going okay. That is a Hate Spike! Fair enough. Yeah, your little removals are gonna be a fucking annoying piece of crap for me, but that's okay. Oh, Spell Shield. Oh, and I had another thought that I was reminded of as well. When I initially built Hacker and Teemo with Caustic Cask, Phantom, what's that 0/3 called? Phantom Prankster. When I initially did that, oh, you didn't have a Kindred. That's very good. When I initially did that, I actually, ooh, what do we do here? I think I just want to tank the damage. I actually put in 1 Shroud of Stillness to protect the Hecarim on cast, because I knew that if I could get the Hecarim to land on cast, I would have a much better shot at actually getting to be or being able to do things. I'm wondering if I should put that 1 Shroud back, just so that we do have those safe turns where the Hecarim comes down, he has a spell shield on him so he can't get vengeanced or removed or silenced immediately. Like, I wonder if that would be worth. You lost a mana? No, you're trying to do that, so you don't, yeah. Nope, no drawing champions for you. So I'm wondering if that would actually be worth. I think Shroud is like super memey, and I don't actually know if there's like a tech that would be worth taking out to put it in. But I'm tempted. That's 10 damage. That Darkin really fucked up my day. Really fucked up my day. I think we have to cast Piercing Darkness here and hope. There's an Acorn. We do have the Piercing Darkness even if the Acorn dies. So let's do Acorn first, but try to decrease its try to decrease the power of the stuff that we have in hand. Hecarim is getting triggered. Lovely. 8 mana Ruination. Let's fucking go. Do we want to give the weapon back? I don't really want to give the weapon back. I also cannot stop them from doing that, which really sucks. Can we block and live? I can unfortunately not block and live unless I choose to do iterative improvement on something, which would be annoying, but that means that I might be able to bait out a champion unless it's the Nasus, in which case I have completely flubbed this. And because if it's a Kindred, I can kill it with the darkness. If it's a Nasus, I cannot kill it probably at all. So this is gonna be interesting. My opponent is also quite interested, it would seem. Okay, also we have Ruination. We also just have that. It would leave the 3/2 around, but that's a fucking Nasus. So I feel like Ruination here might actually be the better call, because I don't really have a Fearsome blocker, and they don't have Rite of Negation right now. But they can buff that to be 4 to face, so I go down to 2. They could have... not much else that's going to super kill me. We do also have the Hecarim after, and the Drain still in hand after this damage resolves. Ephemeral Hecarim probably just dies. But yeah, that Ruination felt okay. Yeah, that Acorn actually was kind of clutch, discounting it to 8. So recast Arcane Bloodletters, make that a 4/2, swing at my face, bring me down to 2 HP. No Ruinous Path is going to be triggered, or anything else like that. Do they have a buff here? Okay, they don't have a unit buff. I would be surprised if they did. Luckily they don't. We are 1 mana off from being able to Hecarim Sumpworks map, and Hecarim here unfortunately just isn't lethal. So I think in the name of it being not lethal, I'm actually gonna Piercing Darkness the 4/2, which unfortunately does leave the Dark Enthrall behind, which is very bad for us, because it will get resummoned or have the weapon recast on it, which is annoying. But we need to heal. I mean, I can't really cast a Sentry and hope to top deck a victory, I think. And Hecarim is just not enough with the Overwhelm that he has. Kindred is Doom and Destruction, because they just have to equip that on the Dark Enthrall, and we're kind of dead, unfortunately. Or that, or there's a Butcher, why? That's 7. They know that the Darkened Bloodletters is enough, right? I guess they were worried about me pinging it somehow? But pinging is unlikely. Yeah, the Drain is exactly lethal. Oh man, I got so much of their stuff, but that 4/2 hanging around really just kind of ended the game for us. That husk, that single husk on the Teemo really just turned the whole momentum around for them. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be back in like half a minute or so. After this, we have a video from Ohana Kitty, and we do have as well some ideas for Ionia, an Ionia P and Z version, or Ionia Shadow Isle, sorry, version of the Encroaching Shadows deck in general with the Deathless Knights. So we'll check that out in a second, but I'm gonna be gone to go take care of biological functions. BRB. And we're back. Okay. Oh, do you ever take a shit and then feel like 10 pounds lighter? That's what happened. Anyway, I was gonna watch the video from Ohana Kitty, and then we've got that I think our last attempt at figuring out where the Deathless Night Encroaching Shadows combo could potentially live. So here we go. Viewer submissions are still open, by the way, if anybody's got stuff that they'd like to sneak in. So here we go. Video first, then we're deck building. Shia LaBeouf. Oh, here we go. Did I mute the game? I think I didn't mute the game. Yeah. Shut up, game. When will submissions end? Submissions usually close when I'm ending the stream, which right now looks like it will probably be in an hour or so. So if you'd like to send something in the next hour, I will play it. I'm about to say I would do it sooner rather than later, but I also don't care. As long as it's in before the stream ends, you're good. You're golden. Shia LaBeouf Live by Rob Cantor. Gay Men's Chorus of Los Angeles, West LA Children's Choir, and the Argus Quartet. All right, here we go. It's been a while since Shia LaBeouf has cropped up.
There's no one around and your phone is dead. Out of the
Fun facts. The immediate memory that I got from this
He's following you. About
is this came out when, yeah, 8 years ago.
He's gaining on you.
When I started college, which was by now 7 years ago. I started in 2015, so it was actually 8 years ago. When I started college 8 years ago, which is a sentence that I have to now reckon with, this was obviously new around the first year, and some friends and I we thought about reenacting this for one of like the first year cabarets of just like, you can bring whatever you want and perform whatever you want. So we thought about doing this. We didn't end up doing it, but it was a thought.
A small cottage with a light on. Hope. You move stealthily toward it, but your leg, it's caught in a bear trap.
Gnawing off your leg. Let me to the cottage. Now you're on the doorstep.
It's been a long time since I've actually listened to this.
Sharpening an axe. Shia LaBeouf, but he doesn't hear you enter. Shia LaBeouf, you're sneaking up behind him. Strangling superstar Shia LaBeouf. Fighting for your life with Shia LaBeouf. Wrestling a knife from Shia LaBeouf. Stab it in his kidney. Safe at last from Shia LaBeouf.
I like how some of the chorus members are like smiling through all of this, and some of them are like look dead fucking serious. Like they're doing fucking Beethoven's Ninth in their head.
Shia LaBeouf.
Wait, he isn't dead. Shy surprise, there's a gun to your head and death in his eyes, but you can do jujitsu. Body slam superstar Shia LaBeouf. Legendary fight with Shia LaBeouf. Promo Tuesday night for Shia LaBeouf. You try to swing an axe at Shia.
Not gonna lie, Silks looks super fucking fun. I wonder how much pressure it like puts on your joints and if that ever is painful, but it looks so cool.
His head topples to the floor, expressionless. You fall to your knees and catch your breath. You're finally safe.
Dancing in those Macs can't be fun, honestly. And here it is. Good shit. Good shit. Sick Pike and Berserk coming in with submissions now. Thank you for those deck codes. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Sick Pike over here. And Berserk as well. This is a classic video. That's just a fucking classic ass video. Wonder if they had to pay Shia LaBeouf to show up or if he was holding them hostage. You know, that's a fair question. That's a fair question. 81 million views. Yeah, that sounds about right. What's the top comment? The fact this song is created because one of Rob's friends whispered Shia LaBeouf while moving a couch. That is funny. Okay. Moving along. Shia is kind of a savage. I don't actually know too much about him as like a person. Not gonna lie, the most I know about Shia LaBeouf is probably that he had that song made about him a long time ago. Got some anger issues? That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Even Stevens. Sick Pike, I'm gonna do your deck submission first here, because you submitted it first. And then I'll put down that we will get potentially to P and Z. I keep saying P and Z, fucking SI, Ionia, encroaching, if we have time, after we've gotten through these new submissions. So, Sick Pike, let's go. Maokai PNZ. Oh, I have a thought. I wonder if I'm right. It looks like aloof colors. I'm not sure if that's what it's actually going to be. I'm gonna name it Traveling Aloofly, and if I'm wrong, I will change it. I will change the name of the deck. Sick Pike. Wait. Is it? No, it's not. But it is a mill deck, kind of, isn't it? Because we've got Most Wanted and we've got Officer Squad in here, with Insider Knowledge to force them to draw. This is an interesting build. So, fun facts: both of the Maokai mills from viewers are like right next to each other now, which is funny. Let's check this out. Rip Vile Feast. Yeah, Vile Feast, baby. You're so useful. Glass fucking called it on this on the last century getting rotated though. He was like, oh yeah, they've introduced Ceaseless Century because the other century's gonna get rotated. And I was like, I don't think so. I think they're just reprinting cards. And then he was right. Damn it, Glass being right. Go Hard, Hapless Aristocrat, Quietus, Ceaseless Sentry, Glimpse Beyond, Sea Scarab, Thorny Toad, Vile Feast, Wanderer, Insider Knowledge, Soul Cleave, Undergrowth, Crumble, Maokai, Most Wanted, Officer Squad. Soul Cleave Officer Squad gives us a lot of mill, doesn't it? Because it will give us 3 Most Wanteds, assuming the first one resolves, and the Soul Cleaves resolve. Which means we're dumping 9 cards potentially. Like 9 cards, or we're forcing them to draw 9 cards. Sorry, which is a lot of cards. 2 Vengeance and 2 Ruinations. Yeah, so we want to get rid of all of our stuff very fast. Let's try and get rid of our stuff real fast. So that the Maokai can do things. That's an adjusted deck. Hold up. Oh yeah, sure, I can wait. I will be patient. I'm gonna send an updated deck code or just tell me what to swap in and out. Either works. Or you Soul Cleave the Dead Bloom and toss a bunch. Oh, also true. Also true. Especially if we have Scarab on the board or something like that. So that we can yeet us into our win con. Sick Pike, thank you for the updated code. I'm gonna delete this old one and import the new one. 1 second. Yay, Maokai Mill! Okay, not that one, and it's also not an aloof deck, so I shouldn't have lied about the title. Sick Pike, that's Sicky Pike, that's not right. Sick Pike. Milling for life. For flife. I can't type today, so we'll just spell it. We'll figure it out. This version, the updated one, got the Go Hard's Hapless Quietus Sentries, although that is the similar. Opulent Foyer, Soul Cleave, Undergrowth, Crumble, 2 Most Wanteds, 1 Officer Squad. Okay, 2 Vengeance, 2 Ruination. I like the Opulent Foyer inclusion here, because that's a guaranteed at least 2 buffs for the Maokai as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, Opulent Foyer is a epic card, which is kind of annoying because so many decks are actually reliant on it being in there, namely Red Gwen, which thankfully seems to have died out a little bit. Not all the way, of course. It's still a thingy, but that's not we're doing that. Let's do this. What board do we want? I gotta say, I do like the fact that Worldbreaker Maokai gives you little animations for the thing, or for the little saplings. It's kind of cute. That's actually really cute. Kitten, hello and welcome back. How is it going? There is no shark because we're trying to mill, but we do have ghastly bands for milling. Why not do Starlight Stage? We're gonna hit them over the head with goodbye, your cards are gone. And also I'm cute as fuck. Which is how I endeavor to play card games in general of, yeah, I look good, my cards look good, and you don't have any more. Am I mean? Am I toxic? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Also, I know it's not that, but whenever I see this splash screen, there's something about the way that this head looks, and I'm always like, oh yeah, they're fighting giant Shaco. Which is not accurate at all, but because half of the face is obscured, I'm like, yeah, sure, Shaco showed up at the Monsters Attack thing. The world needs some toxicity. I'm glad you feel that way. Hi, Ruination. Maokai Nautilus is a traditional deep, of course. I'm gonna mulligan some stuff that is only blockers and not actual, like, drain and toss and... not drain. As I'm reading the card, I'm like, oh yeah, drain! It is an actual tossed stuff, because I want to yeet! I want to yeet faster than they do! I don't know how to pronounce that name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Hey, Elle, how's it going? Let's do, I guess, Sentry into Foyer. And then we have a Quietus as well. Oh, it's a Karma emote! I will brom to acknowledge that they have emoted and that I say hello. See, there's our dose of toxicity for the match. I would like to cast a card, but our opponent is slow and thinking about stuff, which is fair. Am I still bullying random people on the internet? Yes. We're always bullying people on the internet. What are you talking about? Not actually. I'm gonna wait on the Foyer, maybe. We could always cast an aristocratic boy. And go from there. I like how the haircut is like reasonably bald as well. I look like it took some kind of 21st century office worker guy and just shoved him in some old army uniform and also shoved him into the middle of the woods. Sentry, you can take a break. You can go on vacation. Do you think anybody has told the Ceaseless Sentry that there are worker benefits, you know? Has anyone told him that there's a retirement plan and, like, he doesn't have to work himself to the bone every single time? Do you think anyone has told him that? I don't think anyone's told him that, and I think somebody should let him know. I could undergrowth and then chuck it. Then chuck that unit. So that's the possibility. There's a Ruination, yada yada yada. I could also just Quietus that shit. I think I'm going to try here. The Karma emotes continue ceaselessly. They live in the US, they have no workers' rights. Look! It's fine. I have vacation time, it's okay. So let's do Foyer, I think. Yeah, let's get that going. Our Maokai's at 125, so need to kick that up a little bit of a notch. Let's do Foyer here. We really need to race them, and unfortunately we are not quite racing them as fast as we need to. So this is going to be painful for a little bit. Which somehow we just really need to catch up. Somehow we really need to catch up. Tossing 4 down to 23. We're at 31. I'm gonna get rid of that here. And then swing with the open attack with 3 damage. I mean, we're not gonna hit a... The unfortunate part is we're not gonna hit too many kills. I actually kind of need a Maokai at this point. There's a Dead Bloom into other stuff. I think let's just go with the strategy of I'm gonna do damage to you. And then go with Wanderer, Thorny Toad. I mean, we can also Toad. And I'm not really concerned about my HP until they get to Maokai things. We're gonna be able to hit 4 plus 4. So we'll have 9 of 25 on the Maokai. Oh, no, we'll go up to 11 actually on the Maokai because we have the Thorny Toad to toss too as well. Self most wanted. Oh, interesting. Drop the Toad and then draw some cards. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. They haven't increased their Maokai this turn though, so I'm tempted to go still with the Deadly Water into the Toad and then trigger that most wanted on the next turn. If we need it. If we really need it. It should be toss 2. So yeah, we're going up to 11. They might have some interactions. We could always also Insider Knowledge at some point. They're probably going to hit deep next turn though. So they're just going to have an advantage there. Don't have mana for Insider Knowledge here. That is 2. That's Jettison 4. Yeah, they're gonna probably just outrace us. Slow Atrocity's in there. Undergrowth's in there. Okay. They're deep. Yeah, they're deep already. We're at 24. Their Maokai's at 17. We're way behind, for sure. Ruination's not open, obviously. Turn 6, they're pulling deep cards. We have Most Wanted on ourselves, so we can go down to 20, get down to 20 cards, hopefully find a champion. They have not a lot to do at 6. Toss 2, draw 2 is thinning, though. Very good thinning for the deck. This is why you should skip school, kids. You become more deep when going into the sea. Yeah, I'm gonna do this and get some fucking value up in here. They don't have a champ, obviously. Otherwise, they would have, I think, cast the Maokai to start dealing damage to me. That's the Maokai. That's the Valfeast. That's the Most Wanted. So we are kind of, sort of, not really approaching what we want, but that's okay for now. Let's toss that into the garbage. We're getting a spider. Yep, toss 2. Cease Ruination and Cease the Sentry. We do have 1 Ruination still in our hand, of course. 14 to 25 to 19. We're 5 units behind. I should have tried to build them for 5. Probably a bad move. I don't actually know if that would have helped. The annoying part is I don't actually know if that would have helped. 9 cards left. I'm short on Ruination anyway, so let's just, I think, try to keep it available. Let's try to keep Ruination available for the next turn, because they're not going to have counters. If they Maokai here, or not, sorry, not Maokai. If they Nautilus here, we might have another option, but they're just going for that. We can definitely drain something so that we at least get the 2 procs off of something, and have another permanent unit hanging around. We have Ruination open with 1 mana remaining next turn if we do this. Both of our Gohars just getting completely fucking chucked into the garbage, which definitely sucks here. 16 to 25, 19 to 25, unfortunately not making a ton of progress. Injuring their units is not going to do a ton, so we're going to pass and look at the Scarab coming into our face. Okay. Please play a champion. Please play a champion. Would really love it if you played a champion. With the mill angle and vialed the Toad, pulled with the 2-1. I don't actually know how that's gonna do much, unfortunately. We're just gonna block highest health targets here, and then let's see, 8 cards left. Oh, 8 cards with the Most Wanted Insider Knowledge is a lot of cards. That is a lot of cards. That is all of their cards, potentially, actually. That might be all of his cards. So yeah, let's just go. The Toad also mills too. The Toad also mills, that's true. So let's go with this. I don't really give a shit if you get the Nautilus in hand if you cannot top deck anything else. So 5 cards remain. We have another officer squad. They're pulling 2 more. There's a... no, them without the Maokai. Nautilus puts cards back into the deck. Oh, right, because he leveled as well. 9 cards remain. So we kind of have to Ruination then. Well, yeah, we Ruination and then I think just go from there. So you're not gonna have counters. You're gonna have another Nautilus, though. Having another Nautilus is kind of catastrophic for us, for sure. Because you're not gonna come back, unfortunately. 20 or 25 is not gonna be enough. We don't have... Yeah, the Nautilus is just gonna kill us. Nautilus is just gonna kill us, unfortunately. I can try to do this and then hope that we find some sort of removal. Toad Mills 2, down to 6. Yeah, we need to somehow make it through the next turn, and I don't think we can. Still no counters, at least. But then they have sea monsters. Yeah, I needed at least, like, one blocker, and unfortunately we don't have it. Abyssal Eye getting destroyed. Shipwreck and Abyssal Eye getting destroyed. Maokai is leveled, but I do have the Officer Squad and the Insider Knowledge in hand. So we might be able to do something with that, actually. It's gonna be close. It's actually gonna be close. If they have the Maokai in hand, we drop very low and they can potentially mill us themselves. If they don't, Officer Squad into Insider, and Most Wanted is 3 and 2. Or we just die to that, of course. They can also just kill us with that. So that's distinctly an option. I need to find a heal somehow. Vile Feast is even enough, but we're probably not going to get it. Insider Knowledge is 4. Insider Knowledge is 4 cards. That's the wrong play, I'm pretty sure. Oh, we have it! Oh, we have it! I think... Oh, but there's 5 cards now. There's 5 cards now, but we might be able to get the Officer Squad to block Nautilus, and then we can trigger the 2 Insiders. Why would he not open? I am not sure. I don't know why that's happening. We need the Officer Squad to stick.
Intel looks good.
We need the Officer Squad to stick. There are 4 cards left. We have 12 if they Maokai. If they Maokai, we're down to the cards that we need in hand still. So that's 3. I need to play a unit here. In order to avoid dying. Because the Maokai plus the Nautilus, unfortunately, or plus the Shipwreck Order is actually enough to kill me. Draw 3. The problem is I have exactly the size of their deck in the Most Wanted, because they'll draw 3 plus 2 off of the Insider, and that is unfortunately not enough. Because I can't force more than that, which sucks. Or Vengeance. Yeah, Vengeance is always going to be an issue, though. I think we just have to summon blockers and then hope that they don't have a Vengeance in hand, which they probably do, to be honest. If it's just that, we're fine. Like, we're actually okay. What are you doing? Are you... Oh, Atrocity. Atrocity is what they have in hand, probably, because we know that they have at least one of those in the deck, because they tossed one, but they probably have the second one right now. So they just Atrocity that. Yeah, we were unfortunately 1 card away from the actual being able to win here. We were 1 card away, 1 turn away. But I dropped exactly too low to be able to do anything about it, unfortunately. Yeah. 3 cards. 3 cards, but not enough from HP. If our Gohards hadn't gotten milled... Honestly, I think that's kind of irrelevant. I don't think the Gohards really matter. At all. Actually, yeah, I don't actually know if you want Gohard in here. I think there might be better toss cards that you can put in instead of Gohard. Because we really want to hit our level up, and I honestly don't think the healing is strong enough. So I'm going to take those out. The Gohards seem off. They wanted to crumble last turn versus develop in the Maokai. If he had Vengeance, he were dead either way. Yeah, that's fair, actually. That's fair. I just didn't think about Atrocity fast enough. Let's search for Toss. What are we missing here? Let's put in an extra Toad. Sap Magic is weird. Sapling Toss is maybe not what we need. That's 39, so we just need 1 more. Opulent 4 is okay. I'm gonna put in another Insider Knowledge, potentially, because I think 3 is okay, because we also ended up in some scenarios for, potentially needed that. Draw, Shadow Oz, draw for 3 is pretty good. Wait, what card are you talking about? But 10 plus 3 still kills after crumble. 10 plus 3 still kills me after the crumble, but I had... No, you're right, it does, actually. That still would have killed me. I forgot. There was a turn when we cast... that we had the most wanted on the field. We had Officer Squad on the field. They had Nautilus, so... and then they had Shipwreck Order. That was their not open attack. Then they cast the Maokai in order to be able to block the Shipwreck Order, and then they cast the Maokai. So we didn't actually have, I think, time to really get Crumble going unless we had used it on the Maokai or the most wanted to kill the Nautilus. So actually, no, I think we might have had mana for it, but I forget if we had... no, we had mana for it for sure, because I was looking at casting 2 Insider Knowledges at one point. So I think then after they cast the ship... After I cast Maokai, and they cast their Maokai, we should have gone with Crumble. I think. There might have been some reason why I didn't do that. But I don't remember the board state as solidly as either. Draw 3. Oh, another Glimpse Beyond, maybe, are you talking about? High Score Foundry's also in here. We could always put in Aloof Travelers, because we don't have it currently. Formula would be funny in this deck. We don't need it. Stalking Shadows. Not quite. Oh, Stalking Shadows. Oh, right, not the Encroaching Shadows. Stalking Shadows! Maybe. That's not terrible, because it would give us units that actually potentially buff our things. Let's take out a Hapless and put in a Stalking Shadows, maybe. Because one Hapless, I think, is fine. We have 2 Quietuses in here, so we're hopefully going to be removing smaller units early on. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think the go-hards are super important. Again, all of these decks, I've played a bunch of decks that have, like, almost Catalog of Regret synergies, but not quite, which is an interesting place to be. That's Zillion Akshan, and our opponent's name is I Do Not Like You. Which is fine. I don't like you either, bro. They must be a League player. That seems like a League player mentality. I don't like you. Even if you're doing your best. Do you have Akshan? You have Zillion. Okay. Let's do Scarab into things, because we can, and it's a 2/3, and fuck off, old man! Use it versus aggro decks early. We are not finding as much aggro. That's probably just RNGesus being like... so I'm gonna continue with this just because I think it's okay for now. It didn't have an Akshan, which is a little disappointing. I wanted the Akshan. Give me Akshan. Undergrowth is probably gonna whiff. They might have Swinging Glaive here. Opulent Foyer is a nice thing to stand in the front if we need to. It will help our Scarab go. Yes, top decking Scarab on the last match might have also just, like, helped. Would probably have helped a whole bunch. But we didn't find it, so that also sucks. Getting some units that will die here. I'm tempted to Undergrowth the Akshan now. Yeah, but we can wait. We can bank mana. There's a Vengeance. Bye! We already have one, so I'm not super mad about losing it. We have room for Maokai here as well. So let's do that. Summon things, sir. Summon things, tree! Come on, tree, let's go! Let's do it, tree! They're offering to pass the turn here. Do I take that? I'm tempted to attempt to murder the Akshan. Let's try an Akshan murder, and if this fails and they buff it somehow, we do have the Quietus backup. Because if they're gonna miss strikes, I'm totally okay just kind of trying to get it out of the way earlier rather than later. They do potentially have room for a second one.
We laugh at death.
That is a 4/1 now, okay. And burn 8 mana. Yeah, that's fair. But I get fucking impatient, and that's not my... I am not a patient player, to be honest. I kind of don't give a shit most days. Just like, whatever, it's fine. I don't super care about the Zillion recast. Yeah, we don't really care about the Zillion recast. Yeah, getting an Absolver is also kind of worth. That's the Tavern Keeper healing. That's still a 2/2 at the end of the day, though. It's not actually bigger. You've got 9 total. There's a Vile Feast. Okay. Officer Squad can come down here. I mean, we could also just, yeah, we could just have a 4/5, which is going to be difficult for them to get around damage-wise. Now if they want to burn mana, I think we take that. You're burning 9. What the fuck are you doing? Quietus and Undergrowth, 7 of 25. We do get that Challenger. We have a Soul Cleave on kind of nothing. But let's take, actually, let's increase the damage on that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Maokai's gonna sit pretty for a minute. Scarab is gonna do its thing. Let's attempt. It's a 4/1, so they have to frostbite it or somehow otherwise interact with it, I imagine. Yeah, Freljord. It is a Freljord build. Harsh Winds means trading, which I'm okay with, honestly. Maybe now I can Quietus the Akshan before it levels. Because it's about to real fast. There's a Thorny Toe getting tossed. We're at 19 out of 25. It's going to be 10 out of 25. Might just go with the Vengeance, honestly. Yeah, they don't really have a great way of protecting it now. So I'm going to try and do this. If they have another Absolver or a Shaped Stone, we're getting that out of their hand. So let's go. There's a Shaped Stone. I'll use that. I don't want him to level. I don't want him getting things. No extra palaces for you. Toad is there. 21 cards left. 11 of 25 have died. 12. There's a stocking going away. That's fine. 12 of 25. We're halfway thereabouts. There's an Undergrowth. Okay, so that's going to advance us pretty quickly towards what we actually want here. They're predicting, they're drawing. They have 9 mana right now. I guess they could technically bury us, but I don't really care about that. There's an ARAM. Do I give a fucking flying fuck about ARAM? Not really, no.
They barricaded the door.
There's Ruination and Sleepless Sentry. Here's our Maokai getting buffed again. That's another Akshan. Okay. So they have 1 mana remaining. We still have Vile Feast up? Yeah, we do fucking have Vile Feast up. I'm gonna try and kill that as well. Because we also hit deep at this point. And we get a surrender! B-Hammer 15! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the madness. They were not fucking happy about that. I am surprised that they let so many auction attacks go through. Because they were able to buff him to 4 power, and the only thing that was really stopping them from killing my board was them being too afraid of toss, and for some reason hoarding all of their buff spells didn't even get milled. No, we saw the mill on that first game, like almost, and then this game was just our opponent gave up on life. But you know, a win is a win, so I'll take it. So let's leave that there and move on with our submissions here. Berserk sent me something, and then let's consider building that. Ionia Encroaching Shadows. How do you feel about cinnamon buns? Cinnamon is delicious. I had a cinnamon donut on Friday. It was very good. Viewer, Berserk, Snow Moon. So I should have called it Snowman, and instead I called it Snow Moon, which is just me copping out, apparently. Let's do Pulsefire Aphelios. Let's do fucking Pulsefire shit, if we're gonna have the fancy Aphelios. This is weird. Glass is showing me weird stuff. Let's do Chip. I actually haven't done Pulsefire Chip in ages. This is an egregious mistake. Pulsefire siblings! My emote game is terrible. We need to do more stuff. Let's put in a thingy. What's his name? Jin. Let's put in the Psychopath. Let's put in an Aphelios. Let's put in a Hrast. And that's good enough. That's good enough for me. Let's take a look at what's actually in here. Is Stick a Seer and Gemcrafter and Grow a Huge Elusive? Someone played this against me the other day. It was Aphelios. what was it? It was Queen's deck, I believe. It was Aphelios, Gemcrafter, Zoe, something. I think there was a third champion in there. What's the cutest thing in LOR and why is it Chip? Because he's wax salad. Spell Thief, Three Sisters, Zoe, Guiding Touch, Inner Beast, Sulari, Shadestalker, Mountain Goat, Pale Cascade, Starlet Seer, Sunless Vigor, Troll Chain, Aphelios, Generous Gemcrafter, Hosh, Sparklefly, Star Shaping, Sunburst, Trustful, Celestial, Trifecta, and one Battle Fury. Because what's better than a thing that's been buffed by Gemcrafter? A thing that has also received the blessings of Trindy. So let's jump in and see how this feels. Seer always makes for fun games. Starlet Seer, though, is really the OG, and is still kind of my favorite low-key. But Gemcrafter is good. You get to see what's getting buffed, which is nice, so you can just like be like, oh yeah, nope, that thing at hand, we're just gonna cast this later. We're gonna hold on to this. Yeah, Queen was able to cast an 11-11 Aphelios versus me, which was a bit annoying, but we got it anyway. We managed to overcome it, so hopefully my opponent cannot do the same thing. That's Azarelia! I have Sparkleflies. Can I heal over the Azarelia? Probably not. Probably no. I mean, we do like Seer. We kind of like Zoe. Maybe should have kept the Sparklefly for just having things. Healing and removal is also good, though. For Demacia! Fuck you, sparring student! Arguably will kill my Zoe for the sparring student, because that thing gets humongous. But we do have the freeze, so that's probably a waste. Well, maybe, sort of, kind of, I'm afraid. I'm just straight up fucking terrified. I feel fear. It's Azarelia. It's fucking pretty Azarelia as well. They've got the skims. They've got all the stuff. I've got the Hoot Hoot Man. The burb guy. Yay, burb guy. Save me. Buff something. Buff something useful. Troll Chant's gonna be helpful. Stark Chart probably gives us something that we can use to block. Oh, please. Oh, Equinox. Equinox makes it a 1/1 until death. There we go. Now we can handle the annoying shit. I know he's trying his best. I know he's just a kid. I don't give a fuck. He's dying. Yeah, take my Seer? Oh, it's still a lot of damage though. Some sort of shark. I can build the next. Okay, I'll build the next Deathless Knight deck with some shark. How about? We'll add that to our build here. Plus shark. Okay. What do we find? A bunch of things that may or may not be useful. We don't have the Sunburst yet because we're not at 5. That's okay. Hopefully we can use it to take out a Azir. Unless they have Syncopation, of course, which they probably do, actually. Saying that out loud, they probably have Syncopation. So I just do not need to not fall prey to that again for the 40th time or whatever. There's a Crescent Strike. There's a Messenger. Crescent Strike is actually pretty decent. We have a couple of heals. We got the Frostbite. We potentially have this Sunburst. We don't have Sunburst and Crescent, however, which is a little bit annoying because we are 1 mana short of that interaction. They have 6 mana. We have a Sunblessed Vigor. I'm finding almost all of my spells, but none of my actual units, and not a Gemcrafter in sight, unfortunately. Yeah, that's still Syncopation mana up, so I can't really do much there, which really sucks. So I'm really scared to Sunburst. Let's just stun a couple things. This will definitely let us know if they have Syncopation, I think. Yeah, I would like to draw a unit as well. Right now it's just the 2 that I mulliganed with. They don't have Syncopation in hand yet, which is exciting, I suppose. That is a Blade Dance 2. Not the end of the world. Well, actually, never mind. Slightly the end of the world. Slightly problematic. That old shenanigans. Let's buff and say no to one of these guys. We have that heal coming out, so we are only taking 2 damage in this whole exchange, but we're still kind of up against the ropes. Azarella will find you no matter the patch. Somehow it will, and it's very rude that way. Did anyone play the Black Flame Landmark with Teemo? You call it the cute shadow. I have not played too much Black Flame in Teemo decks, but I know it is a thing. If they top decked a Syncopation, or if they have a Deny, that's the card they have. I'm going to try and kill a champion right now. We killed an Azir! Fuck yeah! How's Azir doing? He's almost leveled, so okay. Please give me a thing. That is Storm of Blades. Ha! Hey! Please don't. Please stop. If you wouldn't mind. I'm really dying over here. I'm really feeling pain. I'm experiencing a lot of pain, and I wish you wouldn't. Help. I mean, I can attack with the Zoe and she'll give me a spell, and then I will heal twice. I've lots of guiding touches, in fact, and then we will definitely live through Aurelia. I'll find a way to live through Aurelia. There's another Sunburst that locks me out of casting all of my heals, and also that's going to be murder because I actually can't block Fearsome either. Okay, that's good, that's good. Pain is temporary, Diamond is forever. Oh, good. Good. Oh, good. Good. I'm gonna heal real quick. Don't mind me. No, we have units. We have units! This Charlotte Seer is buffing something humongous. There's something in the deck that's going to be absolutely monstrously large. I just need to get to it. That is an 11-12 gem crafter. I really could have used that in hand instead of right then, bitch. No! No! That's so rough! That's so rough. Hush is good. Hush is good. Hush is very good. There's a Blade Surge though, so I am just gonna die. I'm gonna baby Three Sisters here to Frostbite Aurelia. Let's see, there's Blade Dance, there's Blade Surge. Yeah, I'm just gonna Frostbite the Aurelia, honestly. How far is the Zoe? Now she's leveled, which is also why I'm considering frostbiting instead of blocking as aggressively. That might be incorrect, but as long as this gets shut down for like half a minute, we're taking 3. That's a leveled Zoe. They can't really Blade Surge the Aurelia anywhere important. The Blade Dance though might just kill me. The Blade Dance might just kill me. The Blade Surge doesn't matter though, at least. That's less damage. Why did they deal less damage to me? What was that for? This is very amusing, but also painful. Intensely amusing, but also painful. They're giving me sad poros, and once again, we are experiencing the assholery in fucking ranked as usual today. Twin? I don't fucking know. So there's a bunch of damage. Unfortunately, there's too much damage for to really get around. We can block 1 so that we're down to 1 HP, but then we have no healing after. Yeah, but it's still moronic for them to do that if they don't have Twin. Now they're just BMing. And the Poro emotes are not stopping. Do I gotta be a dick? Why do all of the Azarelia players have to be fucking assholes? I know a couple people in the chat who play Azarelia. I know that you're an asshole. Stop emoting, please. Oh my god. Play a deck that takes more skill, how about? Then you won't have time to play Poros, then you'll actually have time to think about the plays. We are not assholes. Are you sure about that? Are you sure you are chaotic neutral? I don't know about that. I don't think chaotic neutral is exactly the right phrase. I don't think you're evil, but I definitely think you're a little bit of dicks, you know? That's Ari Ken and Kais. Where are you getting your keywords from? Does Ionia have enough keywords for you to do that? I need a gem crafter. That would also help. Finally, we get gem crafter. That's helpful. There's a straight stalker. I mean, Zoe happens, and then we wait for things to also occur around her. If they have the turn 1 cannon, they don't. They do, unfortunately, run a Dispel Shield.
Just your mind crumbling under what it doesn't understand, silly.
Yep. Voidlings, I mean, Voidlings are going to get keyword stacking, but where's the rest coming from? So there's Elusive, and honestly, Elusive is the main thing that I can think of in Ionia that would buff Kaisa directly. Nothing really has tough. Nothing really has regen. Quick attack already comes with the Kaisa, so the Kennen and the Ari don't matter quite as much. That's survivable damage. Yeah, they're not pumping out tons of keywords, which is fine with me. There's a Navori Conspirator with the draw. Let me get this gem crafter down so we can actually get some value out of it. Instead of it, you know, sitting in my hand until it's a fucking goddamn useless unit and it becomes an 11-12 because it sucks. We can start getting 2 out on the board though, which is something. Our Zoe is unfortunately gonna kind of eat shit into the droplets, but that's what we have Troll Champ for. So she will at least get to watch things land on the board, if nothing else. Potentially nothing else, but we'll see. You're buffing either Aphelios or Zoe at this point, which I think is fine. Let's do this. I mean, if we lose a Zoe, it's definitely painful, but it's also not the end of the world. Buffing one of the Shadestalkers is great. Can I hit one of the Elusives with the Danger Noodle? Probably not, but I can definitely try to get this before it actually recalls into draw. If they have a recall, they'll probably use it now so that the Blade Twirler gets a buff and the droplet is able to be resummoned, but they don't use it on that. So maybe they're waiting or they have just better targets for recall in the future. Those are 3 sisters, kind of useful. The cannon's under level. That's gonna summon. Oh, they missed allegiance. Fuck yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, I love it when that happens. It's so nice to see. Okay, let's get a big Shadestalker down. I think they can potentially put this back into hand. But that's, I mean, we'll just cast some more Troll Chants and go around, hopefully. Firth is happening for improvisation. Oh, Firth keyword. That's what they're doing. Firth keywords for Kaisa is actually kind of an interesting build, not gonna lie. I don't hate it. Take one of my gem crafters, I think, because you've used the attack and I don't want to hurt my elusive, but I also don't want to take an unnecessary amount of scout damage in this whole exchange. Probably could just go with the Shadestalker. That's fine. Do we block with the Shadestalker now? That's more damage, and I'd still like to decimate their board a little bit. Because unless they have cannon, they really can't pump out pings. 3 remaining. 3 remaining. Do you want to try and buff something before that happens? Let's pass. I think have Inner Beast, Shadestalker, Aphelios up next turn. Let's see. Inner Beast plus Troll Champ plus Aphelios plus Shadestalker is too much mana for us. That is a swinging glaive, so they are tapping down fully. Let's just do this now, actually. And then we can Inner Beast into Aphelios or something like that. So there's a Sunblessed Vigor. Let's do this. Let's grant it to one of these elusives, I think. Watch the Aphelios get buff. Watch the Aphelios get Nightfall. Zoe's at 6 of 10 already. Let's go with these guys, I think. Let's go with a 6-4 and the 3-4, see if we can't interact with the 2-2 or run into a stun or a recall. That's just death, which is exciting. Unless it's a stun or a buff here. That is a retreat. I can't interact with that. They're getting a 5-4 with quick attack. That's fine.
Now who's got the upper hand?
Upcycled Rake is in hand. We're still dealing 3 damage. If they tap down even a little bit, I think we just go with Aphelios. It's 5-5 now. Good, nice Apheliosing. Is that a cannon? No, that's a domination. So they have Navori and they have Upcycled Rake. They're getting a Fading Husk, which is for sure annoying. Do I just end the round now? Or do I cast Aphelios? Or do I try to buff the Zoe, honestly? Because we're kind of close to being able to do something with that. No, let's go with the Aphelios. I think it's fine to risk this here. Calibrum, Gravitum, Crescendum. Honestly, maybe Calibrum. If they cast a Kaisa, though, the stun is probably going to be better. I'm going to risk the stun here. Because if you can also shut down some of their elusives, that's going to work out pretty well. We're up to 7 to 10 on the Zoe, so our Zoe is going to level, probably. For some reason, the decks that I'm going up against seem to be gleefully ignoring the Zoes, which is great. I love that. Yep, I was right about the Kaisa. I was right about the Kaisa. How close are you to leveling? Not actually there, to be honest. So let's try this. If they have a deny, I mean that's out of hand, at least. Yay, top decks! Yay, top decks! Yeah, I now feel much better about taking Gravitum as well. So if this doesn't resolve, we can still just fucking pin her to the board and not have to worry about her killing all of my stuff immediately. That is a homecoming, so we don't... Okay, that's acceptable. It's annoying. So the Kaisa will get keywords. Don't have time to stun that. Might just take the damage. Do we need another gemcraft? Do we need all the gemcrafters that we currently have in hand or on the field? Could drop one. But they don't have Ezreal. And we still have elusives if the Ahri comes down, so I'm gonna just take the damage. We do get the Aphelios back. We could stun the 9/4 so that we have more stuff to do. They don't have any elusives and we don't know what that last card is. So I think I'm also just gonna pick... Let's take Lifesteal this round, and then also try to get our Zoe leveled, because a Sunblessed Vigor and a Moon Weapon are enough to level her. So if we find an elusive to summon, we can also potentially just kind of win the game, depending on what the unit top deck is, if it's a unit. If we get a unit, pretty sure we can win, which is fun, because that also lost the keywords that it had before, which is kind of nice. Spell Shield is coming down. That's definitely annoying. But is also not the end of the universe. 5 of 6. At least I can see it now. That's always good. That's not the unit that I needed, unfortunately. Man, it's not quite the unit that I needed. I'm gonna try and buff this to a 6/6 lifesteal. It's certainly recall bait. It's certainly recall bait if they have it, for sure. They haven't taken that bait. There's 3 cards that we can see in hand and 2 that we cannot. Zoe's almost there. That's a Navori Conspirator putting that domination back. That's great. I could also just stun the 2/2 now. Let's maybe do that, because I don't really care about the rest of the stuff that's happening so much. Let's do Infernum, because we don't have any room to summon anything, unfortunately. Of victory, right, Zoe? This is a 7/6 goat, which is fucking hilarious. So you get the stun there. There's an 11/4 and other things. This is also just 9 damage on elusives plus the 6 healing that we've got going on for us. If the Kaisa comes down, it did not. We are looking at potentially a recall, and the 1/1 Fading Husk is unfortunately back, which is very annoying for us, actually. I mean, they can't do anything with it. It does threaten the next turn, of course, for us. If we grant a stance to something, we might be able to interact with it a little bit. +2/+1, or like +2/+2. I could keep stacking the same one, but I think I'm just gonna swing here, because I don't think I can confirm lethal, unfortunately. Don't think we can quite confirm lethal. There's a free Behold the Infinite. I'll take it. Yeah, that has Spell Shield, unfortunately. We do have a chance to potentially ping it off. That is a hothead. Oh, that's what you're using Shurima for as well. That's an interesting fucking deck, not gonna lie. This goat is swole as fuck. It's such a swole goat. Well, now that they've tapped down on their mana, let's give this some stuff to do, I think. Let's give it regen. Let's make it big. Because if the Kaisa can't punch through that and the Hothead can't punch through it, we might be okay. They haven't gotten any new keywords, so that's something at least. That's the 5/8. Gemcrafter still hanging around. That elusive is stunned. We got a Sparklefly. I'm gonna wait on the invoke because we actually want to buff other things than goat. That's a recall! Fuck yeah! Okay, now that's a little bit exciting. That's a little bit exciting, not gonna lie. Gotta fucking respect it. Do we have room? We do have room, which is good. Let's just... I want to actually hold the Sparklefly now. So let's try to find something off of this Behold. Buff our stuff while we can. There's a Silence. We also have Invoke. We also have 4 damage and 1, which means I can kill the 17/4, I think. Yeah, I should be able to kill the 17/4 here. I'm pretty sure. Let's just ping... You want to ping Spell Shield, maybe? So they have the 7/6 with Quick Attack, which we can block pretty easily. The rest is also not lethal. And then we can, of course, cast Sparklefly, Shadestalker, all of the rest of the elusive bullshit to potentially deal with their next turn. We have a 4/4 Zoe in hand, and Sparklefly is just getting bigger. So Swinging Glaive, yeah, is uncastable right now. That's fine. That's fine. We have a blocker. One of the Gemcrafters is going to die. That's okay. We're going to leave the 3/4 because they don't have a great way of buffing it. And I think we're just going to try and go around Hothead on the next turn. They kind of wasted time with the Mina. I would have gone with the Kaisa, actually. Though, again, it still doesn't have that keyword. So my statement before of I don't know how they're expecting to get keywords out of it is also still just kind of proving true, to be honest. 3 damage, lifesteal. Oh. Let's take Gravitum so that we can actually get some progress here on that. I think we honestly just want to... Let's stun their elusives while we can. Let's do Infernum. Just get some buffs here. Aphelios is approaching lethal. We have now a 2/2 to worry about, but we've got the Zoe, we've got the Shadestalker, we've got Infernum up. If they have another Mina, we're of course just kind of afraid, but I also have a 9/8, so not the most afraid. I'd like to put the Sparklefly down last, so if we can heal over everything that they're doing, hopefully. 11 mana. Feyfolk is not gonna do much. They now have evolved, so Kaisa is a little bit of a threat, or I would normally be like, Kaisa's a threat if I didn't just have a board of damage, which we do. Yeah, let's cast Sparklefly, I think, and then have a fun time. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything at 3 mana anymore.
Something the void will never understand.
Woo! Nice ass, Kaisa. Good shit. And then we're gonna Sparklefly to make things worse. Just make them incredibly worse. I could level Aphelios. Do I level the Aphelios to be mean? Yeah, we level Aphelios to be fucking mean, I think. Who wants the buff? 9/8, go? You want the buff? Yeah, you want the buff. You look like you want the buff. Wait, let's see. Gladius P. Hello and welcome back. Abrelali's POV? Wait, which game is this? Which game is this? I'm not quite sure what you mean. Welcome back, though. What's going on? We finally got a win. Not actually finally. It actually didn't take us too many attempts. We just had an absolutely atrocious beginning on the first attempt. Just trolling around. I was like reading that and I was like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to understand? Do I speak English? Do I understand English anymore? Also, Sky, thank you for the video request. This was a bit of an interesting description. Don't ask, don't know what to make of it. This was how your professor tested audio in class when you were in college. That is interesting. Also, Drippy Shots, hello, welcome back. How's it going? Okay, so let's keep on with our submissions. So we have a video from Sky. I'm actually gonna go build that Ionia Shadow Isles deck that I was going to first. So with required shark, don't worry. Just to get it out of the way, let's put that Shark Chariot in. And then we still want the Hecarim, we still want other things, I'm pretty sure. But now we're doing Shadow Isles, Ionia, Deathless with Soul Cleave, and Shark, of course. So, encroaching. The fun part of building this deck for the third time today is I already know what cards we need to put in at base, which is makes this a little bit more streamlined. Shark Chariot, Encroaching, Deathless Knight, Soul Cleave, to summon more knights and also potentially more Hecarims. I actually am going to try the Spell Shield card for the Hecarim, or for any other thing that we want to summon and protect, which I know is very silly, but it's here and I kind of like the card. It's funny. Vengeance, Ruination. I actually kind of liked having that Piercing Darkness to heal, because we did, I think, at least find some utility in it, even if it wasn't the most powerful. I think I had 2 Vengeances, 1 Ruination, and 1 Harrowing in the last situation, so let's try that. Let's see, we want Ceaseless probably for draw. Ceaseless is pretty good. Also, it becomes a 6/5 if you cast a couple of Encroachings, which is pretty good. We have Oblivious Islander in the last deck. That worked out pretty well. Let's put in a couple of those. Ephemeral. There is that card now in this region that buffs itself based on ephemerals in the deck. So I think some Shadow Apprentices, maybe all 3, honestly, would be pretty good. We put in Acorn last time, but we don't have access to it. So let's put in that Dawn and Dusk to make copies of things. Let's put in 2 of those. We already have 2 Soul Cleaves, and I don't want to put too much in there. We have a lot of top end. Do we have elusives that we can use? We certainly do. Ghost is a card that I think we can put in favor instead of the Camacloaker cards and the Sumpworks that we were looking at before. Do we want all 3? That might be a little bit much. Recall is not going to be super useful. Silent Shadow Seer is okay. That does actually give us some ephemeral cycling, though this one might be a little bit iffy. Shadow Assassin is probably okay, because will give us draw. Kingu Lifeblade's fucking hilarious. Zed. Oh yeah, I mean, Zed's just a good card. Zed is just a kind of a good card. We could put it in for those last 2 slots, actually. Kingu, okay, here's my argument for potentially putting in 1 or 2 Kingu Lifeblades. It is healing when we are dumping the healing that was offered from some of the other regions that we've tried, and it will also, hypothetically, with the Encroaching Shadows being a 4/4 for 4 mana with elusive and lifesteal, which finally makes Hinku Lifeblade like a little bit more practical as a card. But I think Zed is actually a better call overall, just because he's an annoying little shit. We also have Godwillow or other things to consider, because we could put things like the Deathless Knights in there, but I think we still want to go a little bit with the elusive spam concept. I'm actually not sure I really like the Shadow Seer, so let's put in maybe another Shadow Assassin and another Zed, and then hope that our deck will hold itself together. We could always Dawn and Dusk or Soul Cleave the Zed, which is funny. Let's try this. We've got memes, we've got Zed Hecarim, we've got Deathless Dawn. That's like a fancy name, Deathless Dawn. Sounds like a book title that I would find somewhere. Let's do this. Yeah, we're already set up. I'm okay with this loadout. Let's try it out. Sir Gustus, hello and welcome back. Good evening to you, fellow cardboard jockey. Digital virtual PNG appreciation. Gorgar with the Fiora's Shen. I almost called him a Zed. The Fiora Shen. I am not keen, but if I have ephemerals, they can't touch me super well. So let's do a Hecarim, I guess. Okay, I have Hecarim. That's fun and exciting. If they don't do anything, we will just bank to Shadows. I think we just bank to shadows here. I mean, we can always summon this, of course. And then we encroaching into Shadow Assassin and other things. Piercing Darkness is probably not going to work because they're going to have barriers and stuff like that. The second they see encroaching shadows, they're also going to immediately understand what we're doing, and they... I don't know how that's going to change things. Demacia is just really strong. Demacia is just a lot of strong stuff. It's 2/4 cost. If they're going to give me the turn, let's just cast encroaching. They're burning 6 mana. That's good. I like it when they burn 6 mana. A good mana burning. 7/8 Hecarims in hand. If I find the Shroud now, I can actually pull off my plan. Shadow Apprentice is here, hopefully ready to do some damage. So we have Shadow Apprentice into our lovely Shadow Assassin, which is hypothetically 8 elusive damage off the bat, plus the top deck. We have Piercing Darkness next turn into Hecarim, maybe. That is a Shen. If they have a strike, we are in trouble, but for now, we're just going to do our thing. We do have an 8/8 Deathless Knight. Thank you, Encroaching Shadows. We are dealing... Oh, plus the 3/1 actually, plus that Shark Chariot coming back. They're taking all of the damage. They're down to 5. They're down to 5! Oh no! I don't really have any great emotes for commiseration, so I'm just gonna not do anything. Oh, I don't have Piercing Darkness because I keep thinking this card is 5 and it's 6 mana actually. There's a Fiora. I don't care. Has only 7 damage. And you have 5 HP. So we're chilling. I mean, we're sort of chilling. I also do feel fear because my Hecarim may just die here. But if I get the Hecarim level onto the attack, we do actually just kind of win the game. That's the fun part. I could also just win the whole video game right now. Otherwise, we have Shadow Apprentice into Zed, into not a Vengeance, into unfortunately not a Vengeance. I could risk the Zed into a Vengeance if they try to strike something down, which is arguably a strategy. It's the problem is that they have so many strikes that I'm actually not sure which is going to be the most stable iteration of me going in for the attack. Shadow Apprentice and Zed are, I think, the most ideal because Shadow Apprentice alone will be enough damage to kill them with elusive. If I go with the Hecarim, we are looking at Overwhelm and a leveled Hecarim, but he's so easy to strike down here. We're also not facing lethal on the swing backs. I'm gonna risk a Hecarim because I have 2 of them, or I could use that Shroud of Stillness that I have somewhere in the deck, but let's hope this is enough. Look at it, 7/8. You don't have a strike for that. Your Concerted Strike is actually too small right now because it will bring him down to a 7/1, and I just need to be able to swing. Concerted does not kill him. Concerted with a single combat kills him, or just single combat kills him, to be fair. But we are actually just fucking leveling here, bro. If they have a judgment on the Fiora, we are still not quite lost the game because it's only 3 things that the Fiora would be able to kill from here. We also just have an 11/9 pony. Do they have anything? What is their most dangerous play? Most dangerous play is killing Hecarim and wiping everything else with some kind of yeah, maybe just a Judgment, honestly. Judgment is still scary because we might not be able to resolve the Fiora the following turn unless they don't have unless we can Vengeance it outright. That's still death. Literally just need 1 of them to hit, and currently we're looking at 2 of them. Single combat does trade the unit that they're attacking with unless they have single combat into Riposte or barrier, other barrier. The blame is just a barrier. They have Judgment! I fucking called it! I fucking called the Judgment, but it also doesn't matter because we have too much Overwhelm. Oh, shit! Okay, that was fucking fun. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, the I think the Ionia version with the Shadow Apprentice is actually quite good. 2 HP diff.